Nuclear missile ready. How's it going? That's the most anticlimactic intro ever, right? It's like a 15-minute countdown, epic music, and I go, alright. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, what's up, what's up? My name is Grant. This is the BJ Destruction Team League, Day 7. We are here today for probably the coolest match we've had so far. It is going to be Team Maru versus Team soO. It's going to be absolutely feckin' wicked, as the Irish would say. Don't think I'm allowed to swear, but I don't think that really counts. As I said, my name is Grant. You can see all my stuff below. I'm here today representing Team Alpha. Alpha are providing the English cast for the BJ Destruction Team League. If you are new, if you're just coming to hang out for the first time, as I said, this is Day 7. This is a 8 million Korean won tournament. That's $5-ish thousand. It's not far from $5,000. It is a team league made up of teams made by their own players. Let's get this on Team Liquid and we can show you all about it. That sounds pretty good. Yep, so it is, oh, I apologise, it is a $7,000 tournament. Messed it up, I don't know where 5 came from. $4,000 for the team that comes first, $4.4 thousand. Let's have a quick look here at this, as you can see. So this is the prize pool. First gets this amount, second 1.8, just about, third gets about $900. These are the teams. Team Maru playing today. Maru, Innovation, Rogue and Creator. You may look at that and think, wow, what a fantastic team. I bet they're winning. Nope, last place. And they will be playing against Team soO. soO, Patience, Bunny and Keen. Currently sitting in third. Decent map score. This team doing pretty well. This team doing not so well. It's looking to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I think we're going to have a good time today. I think Team Maru have a lot to prove. They are still in it. There are a few more matches left. I think they have 2 after this. But they need to win everything. And they need it with a good map score if they do want to progress through to that bracket stage, the playoffs, down here. Only 4 teams do advance. Team in the first gets seeded straight into the grand finals. That's unlikely to be them. Team Classic doming pretty hard right now. +6 map score. Absolutely smashing it. Mainly because of soO. Again, probably unexpected. So, this is, I am casting from a feed today. That's Twitter. We don't want that. That's my face. We do want that-ish. As I said previously, my name is Grant. I'm here to provide you with all of the action as it happens. I am casting from a feed, so we won't have game sound, but please just enjoy the ambient, StarCraft 2 music in the background. Try and get the volume right. I'm here to call it as it happens, get all my analysis wrong, but generally have a decent time. As I mentioned before, Team Alpha are providing the English cast for that. For this, even. Yeah, should be good. Should have some fun. So I am casting from a feed. I have just got to wait for them to catch up. I'm just going to fill some time, chat some stuff. My co-caster today is the Spooky Spider Clarence. He's here because I don't have any friends. But I don't need friends. Clarence is all I'll ever need. So thank you for Clarence for joining me. He doesn't talk very much, if at all. But, he's very spooky. Don't be too scared and close the stream. This is an all-kill format. So each team will pick one player to come out first on whichever map they feel strongest, and then it's to the death. The first team to kill 4 players wins. There is no resurrections, there is no ace match. That comes further down the line. As I previously said, thought this was going to be a complete whitewash. I thought Team Maru were just going to stomp this tournament and it would be kind of easy to call. It's definitely not been. I am just waiting for game 1. Let's just talk about some of the sellout stuff while we're here. So Team Alpha are providing an English cast for this event. This isn't our event. This is the BJ Destruction Team League by Onpyung Africa and Blizzard. They sort this out themselves, but they've allowed me so graciously to cast it. I am here representing Team Alpha. You can see all their social media up here. Please check them out, guys. They provide some of the best StarCraft 2 content in the scene, if not the best. I'll say it. I'll go there. We do have some really exciting stuff coming up. The Alpha Pro Series, which we provide weekly or semi-weekly. We just had a show match about 7 hours ago between Astrea and Armani, the Korean, and that went to 9 matches. These are best of 9 show matches, standard, premier and elite tier, depending on the prize money and the players. We don't have anything upcoming, but I can tell you in the pipeline right now we have some of the best players lined up, some of the best Europeans, some of the best Koreans. Honestly, Check it out, guys. If you see Alpha live, check out their stuff. They allow me to be here. They're incredible. We are only able to do this because of our sponsors, and we'll talk about them a bit later. But for now, I think it's important that we get into the game. And it is Keen versus Creator that are up first for these teams. Guys, I hope the music's not too loud. It looks okay on my end, so we'll stick with it. So, Keen is the red Terran in the bottom right, representing Team soO. And Creator, the blue Protoss. And if you don't know, Creator is my favourite player in the world. I love him with all my heart. That boy can drink. He loves it. And as a British man, I respect that. It's the blue Protoss in the top left. So, opening's looking pretty standard so far. Both players going for that army production building, the gateway and the barracks before anything else. And they have put them both in their bases. No proxy shenanigans. Nothing too creepy. Creator has chosen to block the Reaper path on this new map. Very nice. One pylon does block that. Which means the Reaper ain't getting too much information if you prevent it well. Creator has now gone across the map and is going to be very, very frustrating. He has gone for that Nexus before his core, feeling very safe on this map with the Reaper path being so easy to block. He is now going to try and slow down the command center himself, gets his cyber core, yada yada yada. The Reaper is coming out for Keen, as we expected. Everything's normal, as every game of StarCraft generally is. Keen does choose to put his command center slightly off location, just to get it down that bit quicker. A lot of the Korean Terrans do this recently. I'm not so sure about Europeans, don't get to cast them too often. I'm mainly stuck with players like bloody Innovation and Maru and Keen, those no names. We should see an Adept. Oh no, we'll probably see a Stalker. No, we see an Adept, I was right. Stick with my gut, Grant. Okay, so we see the Adept come out. This will deny Scout and go across the map. Meanwhile, Creator has thrown down that Stargate at home. Very like Creator, this is something he does very often. He is going to hide the probe as well from this Reaper. The Reaper will come in, see the natural timing. We'll try and get into the main. Not too much here. The Adept will be able to push him away. And this Shade actually very, very good. If he keeps it on it, may kill the Reaper here. This is absolutely huge for Creator. He's just denied all of that scouting so early. Just by knowing the map, probably playing it a lot. I know he ladders a lot. I watched the stream. Check him out. He completely denied it. Now there is a proxy. It looks like a starport up at this top side. It is a proxy starport coming out of Keen. So we may see very, very quick Hellion drop. He is producing those Hellions. Now, Creator is going across the map, and he is going to use that Shade to see what he can find. He sees no bunker in... Oh, and he sees the Hellions. Now, that's a really, really big tell. He's actually going to get in the main as well. Oh, he doesn't go and commit to the main. But he didn't see the starport next to the rest of his buildings, which most Terrans would do if they were looking to swap those add-ons quickly. So, Creator definitely has a lot of information right now. He is looking to go home. Behind this, he's getting an Oracle. Probably not the... best call. It will kill the Hellions very, very quickly, and he has seen it. Now that's very, very important for Creator. Creator now knows exactly what's coming. He's going to be able to produce those units to deny this. He'll have an Oracle on site. He will have a Phoenix to shoot that medevac and do as much damage as possible. I can't see this doing too much. Keen needs to make something happen. He has committed a lot of resources to this, but Creator is in position. His scouting phenomenal. I'm trying not to be too biased, but I really love Creator. Okay, the 4 Hellions have now loaded up. There is stuff in position. The Phoenix will get here on time. Oracle is also here and will start to do some DPS. One of the Hellions, he does actually force them to pick up very, very quickly. There are 2 more Adepts on the low ground. I can't see this doing any damage now, and this is going to go down eventually. The Phoenix is going to chase down the medevac. The medevac will eventually fall. All 4 Hellions will survive, but this did 0. Absolutely nothing. This barely deterred Creator from his standard build as well. Fantastic scouting, leads to a fantastic pickup, and Creator definitely puts himself ahead. He's now up 11 workers. His army supply isn't too ahead, but he does have that 3rd base on location very, very quickly. Doesn't want to be losing the Phoenix. Does look like it may just get out of there. 10 hit points. Very lucky Phoenix. And behind this, Creator is going into his Twilight Council. He's getting his forge. His 3rd base is on its way, as I said. He's going to slowly pick away at this starport. Won't be killing that anytime soon. With a 3rd Phoenix joining, it will finally start to take a bit of damage. He's not going to commit to this. He doesn't want to take any unnecessary damage. There are still the 4 Hellions on the map, and Keen probably can look to get something done with these, especially with that quick 3rd out of Creator. And it is very quick. That 3rd is almost finished by the 5:15 mark. So Creator definitely looking to get himself up into that 6 gas macro stage of the game. Zealot legs started for Creator as well. He is, going for that standard attack. This probe goes out to scout, maybe throw it down the pylon, is picked up. And now the Phoenixes are going to try and hunt down these Hellions. If they catch him, they can lift them, kill him very, very quickly. These are light units. They have about the same movement speed. I think Phoenixes are very slightly quicker, but it would take ages to catch him and they'll be home by the time. So, and 6 more gateways for Creator. Creator wants to pile on that aggression. He wants to trade blows now with Keen. He knows he's in a good position. His upgrades are looking good. He's getting that armor upgrade. We see so many of those Protosses go for with this very heavy Zealot style. His third base almost saturated. He is up 10 workers still. His army supply may be slightly lower, but it's a very mobile. He does lose a Phoenix. Doesn't want to be losing them. They're very important for picking up these units. Keen behind this, trying not to get too biased ground, is going for that biological play. He's getting stim, he's getting combat shield, lots of marines, lots of reactors. Going to see a very heavy marine style. Very, very good if you can get a very good concave against Creator and the style he is playing. But you definitely need probably Widow Mines, some sort of splash. There we go, we see Widow Mines in the production tab to deal with all of the Zealots. The Zealots will be very, very difficult. With this +1 armor, they're so tanky, and when they have charge, their damage output is still very good, even without upgrades. So, Creator definitely in a good spot. Does see that CC the second it goes down, and he knows how ahead his CC is. We'll probably lift that one Marine. That Marine, unfortunately, not long for this world. The Hellions are up to the north side. Maybe intercepted here by all of the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes actually spinning off. Do not catch them. But the Hellions are here. They're looking for that run by. Another Marine just causing a couple of issues. Here come the Hellions. Will they be seen? It does look like they will be seen. The Stalker definitely catching them. Oh, there is nothing here though. There is one shield battery and that will help, but units will definitely go down. 5 workers immediately, and these Hellions from earlier now have paid off in dividends. They will all go down, but 7 worker kills, very, very nice. Now, this isn't obviously the end of the world for Creator. He was very ahead economically for a very long time, and his army and his tech very good. But Keen has managed to fight himself back to a decent position. Now, Creator is still up a couple of workers. His army supply is up. His upgrades are looking good. He does have a slight advantage right now. It does look like some of these Cyclones will be lifted. And look at this flank up to the north side. Now, so many Zealots here. Zealot legs is done. They can chase this army down. He will slowly be picked off, but the Cyclones were dealt with. This base is going to have to be abandoned for now. Creator just has so much in this position, and this is really, really bad for Keen. Keen needs more army. He is going to try and create a partial wall and a Widow Mine drop. Oh god, there's nothing in this base right now for Creator. Creator doesn't have any Phoenixes at home. He does have a recall available if he needs it, but he needs to pull the workers straight away. The Widow Mine drop is coming in. It is going to burrow. This is going to do so much damage. His third base is about to lose every worker, and 11 probes go down. Very bad for Creator. Now Creator is in a little bit of trouble. The Medevac also saving those Widow Mines, those very important units. They may eventually go down due to that recall. Yeah, and they will. The Medevac with the Widow Mines goes down, but Creator lost a lot of probes. He is still at 6 gas. He is still able to produce those high-tech units. He's getting the robotics bay. He's getting his +2 armor. He has a Templar archives. So we will see those big AoE units coming out of Creator not too long a time. But Keen is up in supply. We do have a drop now coming in from Creator. Is going to be picked off. Nothing gets off. And that was very unsuccessful. 3 workers, really at this stage of the game, isn't worth it. Now, Creator has 1 trillion Zealots, and they are obviously very good, especially if they can get that big charge and that big flank. But Widow Mines can demolish them. They can make that line disappear. Now, we are seeing Storm researched, High Templars coming in, Colossus also. Behind this, we're seeing more upgrades coming in from our Terran player. He's adding that second eBay. He's going to get the armory if he doesn't. And Ghosts are already started. Ghosts, very, very good. Those EMPs can cause so much trouble to the Protoss army. Keen definitely getting himself into a great position, and right now this game very even. We have a big drop coming in towards this 4th base of Creator, and Creator very much not in position to deal with it. The Phoenixes are seeing the army. He does get that very big revelation, but the drop here, wow, this is such a good position to drop. Holy moly. This 4th base will have to be cancelled. Creator is on point and does manage to cancel it and save those 300 minerals, but very frustrating for himself. He wants to keep that economical advantage he built up early on, and he's unable to right now. His army's still looking very good, but it is quite split. Cyclone does go down. The Marine will follow. He's just sitting there, just gunning upwards, hoping. Like, what's the film? Like Keanu Reeves in Point Break, just shooting upwards and screaming. Now, Creator still looking to be aggressive. As I said previously, his tech is insane. He's getting a Dark Shrine, he has Colossus, he has Archons, he has Storm, he has more Zealots than you can ever dream for. His Phoenixes as well, very, very good, keeping that map control. He is able to pick off all of his loose Marines and deny that vision out of Keen. Oh, he could have picked up a couple of workers there, saving those lifts for now. Storm is done. Oh, and a huge Storm on Keen's Bio. Does manage to pick off a few of these units. The Phoenixes in the back looking to get those medevacs. There are Widow Mines in position. They're not upgraded, so they are able to be seen. The Revelation, very, very useful. And we do have the units loading up for Keen. Keen feeling like maybe he needs everything at home, is bringing it all back. And this is a very tense game right now, guys. It could go either way. Creator has the tech advantage, in my opinion. The Ghosts will be good. Liberator's now coming out for Keen, sort of gets him back into that as far as tech goes. But Creator is where every Protoss loves to be. He has the army. Oh, big Widow Mine does take out a few of those Zealots. At this point, Zealot's not too expensive for Creator. He is able to make them very, very quickly. We do see a drop loading off towards the centre of the map, heading towards that new fourth of Creator. Maybe looking for a flank as well. There are a lot of Liberators here now. Blink is done, and that is the answer to these Liberators. This is very, very scary. He does not want to attack into 5 or 6 Liberation Zones. They do so much damage, the Freedomers. Oh, big EMPs on top of all the Archons as well. These Archons will fall down very, very quickly. This drop also starting to do a lot of damage. There is a large reinforcement wave that will deal with that. Creator not taking as much damage maybe as he could have on that occasion. He was very prepared. Storm comes down on top of these units. He doesn't want to lose a High Templar and will just lose that to those Marines. So a little bit frustrating there for Creator. He doesn't want to be losing these units. Excuse me, guys. It's really hot. Okay. Keep fresh. Creator still very much up there in supply. Both of these players are. Upgrades looking relatively good, actually, right now for Keen. He does have that slight advantage. Creator is getting that Warp Prism speed, and it does look like he's going to go for Disruptor drops alongside those DTs. This could become very, very frustrating. Oh my god, look at this Great Wall. That's wicked. He's got like a battalion form there. I like it, Creator. We are seeing the Vikings being added, as well as those air weapons and +3 weapons for Keen. Creator is definitely falling behind in upgrades, as I mentioned. He needs to keep them going, keep the Chrono getting into them to keep up with his opponent. +3 bio, very, very scary against these Zealots. They will die quite quickly. Doesn't want to attack into the Liberation Zones, as I previously said. That one Archon moving dangerously forward. There are workers going down at the moment in Creator's... Where are they going down? Oh, okay, Creator's third base. This Liberator just killed 8 workers. That's so good. Creator is going to have to start making probes again, and he does. He is adding Tempests to this composition that will deal with these Liberators in a couple of shots. But Creator is committing. Storms go down. They're not fantastic, though. It does look like Keen is getting the better of his fight so far. The Colossus are still alive and doing a lot of DPS to the Spire. There are DTs as well, and they do manage to get quite a lot of damage done. That that Purification Nova getting very little. It does look like the DTs managed to keep the fight alive here for Creator. They're doing so much damage. The Purification Zone picks up the last of that bio. Scans finally come down, but there's nothing here to kill the DTs. Stalker's now warped in. The Colossus count has been reset, but so is the Liberators. And it does look like the Vikings as well. It looks like Creator managed in the end, with the help of those DTs, to take the better of the fight. Scans came down just far too late. I'm not sure if there were none available, or if Keen didn't notice the DTs. It was a very weird, scrappy fight on sort of 3 fronts. But Creator manages to take the small lead there. His upgrades still behind. He is now getting +2 weapons to join his +2 armor. And Keen is just remaxing on what he had previously. Both players so even in supply right now. You can see the army supply and the worker supply neck and neck. Creator goes for that big warping round. More Stalkers actually right now. He's not going to have that juicy front line of Zealots. There's only a few in this army. There's not many Archons either. So we'll probably see more of them soon to sort of provide that bulk. We are seeing more and more Disruptors, and Disruptors obviously very, very good if they can get those shots. This one Zealot, just sat there to watch, does see that command center in his dying moments as a huge army falls on him, like the end of 300. Didn't get too much done. Right, now, Creator is moving out. He still has a very good army. Lots of Blinkstalkers able to trade quite well against all of these units. The Disruption Zone, the Purification Zone is big. Oh, nice split in the end there. Another Purification Zone actually kills all of the Zealots. Now, the Tempests have been added, and as you can see, these Liberator's not the biggest fan of Tempest. They will fall down quite quickly. The Purification Zone is good. Kills a lot of those Marines and Marauders up to that north side. And now the Tempest. Oh, the Storm as well on that buy. Very, very good. These Tempests just providing such a frustration. You just can't push in with the Liberators. This base will fall. The 5th base of Keen goes down. A lot of the workers as well. Actually, only 6. A few more maybe could have gone down, but Creator didn't want to overextend. Maybe he caught a glimpse of that drop going off to the north. He does have a DT that will see these 4 medevacs. And will we see a recall? Or actually, no, it does look like Creator is mobile enough. The DT was underneath, does get scanned and picked off, but Keen now knows that the gig is up. He has been caught. This drop maybe not the most likely. Oh my god, he is still going to commit to it. One of those medevacs has like 4 hit points. Oh, if he targets down that north one, he'll lose it full of units. Okay, the drop is going to come into the main. Meanwhile, Creator did try and pressure over on this south side, didn't get anything done. He's probably going to be forced to recall his army right now. He is warping in a few units. I'm guessing probably DTs. I know it is Zealots. The Tempests are here. It does look like some of the army has come back. It will eventually clean this up, but it's going to be a long time and a lot of damage is being done. Creator is still up quite significantly in supply. He dealt with that attack over on his 5th base very, very well. And this drop finally cleared up with help of those Tempests and those Zealot warp-ins. Not bad by any means for Creator. He is also picking up Widow Mines with those 3 Purification Novas. Doesn't want to be losing these units. He does have a Storm there as well. We should see that go down. Big Storm hits those units. Doesn't actually kill anything. There are a lot of units now rejoining this. This base down here to the south in the centre, once again looking like it will go down. It will survive. It is taking a lot of damage, and obviously the workers forced to stop mining. A few workers will go down. We're seeing more Liberators coming out now from Keen, trying to get some damage done. The army of Creator, though, he's 40 army supply ahead. He's in a very, very good position. He wants to push in. He has those Purification Novas. He has those Tempests, able to do lots of DPS. This Liberator, very, very useful, will do a lot of damage, and it does force that warp in at home. Another one over here to that south side base for Creator. He's going to lose more workers. But the army supply for Creator is just so big. He has such great position right now. These Tempests are able to just pick off these units. If they see a ghost, that ghost will vanish. This base will survive, and that's obviously very, very nice. Keen needs all the money he can get right now to catch up that army. Creator is going to try and siege up over in this north side position. He has a very good position right now. He has managed to get those units up there. And this base as well now forced to be abandoned. There are DTs with this army forcing those constant scans. Very, very frustrating. Another DT down here trying to deal with this drop. This base does look like it will go down for Creator. He has already abandoned. The Viking count once again being reset. And these Vikings are so important right now. The starport actually will go down. That starport did have the tech lab on it. Not really sure what it was producing. We weren't seeing any Ravens just yet as far as I am aware. Vikings will completely be wiped out. There aren't many Tempests left, so that's pretty good for Keen. Keen is still 40 army supply down, and this army for Creator very, very strong. Can I see High Templars in that army? I'm not certain. I would imagine there are Storms available. There are definitely a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Zealots, and it does look like Creator knows he could probably go for this. The Purification Novas come out, they catch a couple of units. Does look like one of those Ghosts went down, and they're very expensive, hard to replace units. Another one will go down, and there is a flank over to the left. The Purification Nova down in the centre picks off a few more of those units. Didn't get the biggest hit in the world. The Sentry will survive with that Guardian Shield. That's very, very nice as more of these units go down. EMP comes down. Didn't look like it caught too much. Creator's still very much up. 42 army supply. He doesn't have the best economy, though. It does look like he needs to make something happen. We do have DTs coming down to the south side base. There is a missile turret there. One Stalker will kill it. It'll take about 6 weeks, but it will get it done. Actually is picked off in the... Oh no, the Stalker is going to ignore it and just go for the workers. The army is pulled out of position, and Creator knows. It does look like he's going to try and punish this base. There is a missile turret here. We will see a scan, and those 2 DTs will go down. Creator is pushing in. There is a lot of units here, though. The Purification Zone is very, very good. Is able to do a lot of damage. Oh, and all those landed Vikings. Oh my god, the pickup just in the last millisecond of time. Another big, big disruptor hit comes out. Keen is taking very, very good fights. Creator's managing to pick off some of these units, but they're being replaced, and then Keen just seems to take a more cost-efficient fight. The last of the Tempests does go down, so now those Liberators can provide a lot of DPS again. They can feel safe in their siege mode and do what they need to do. More Tempests are being added. This is such a sick game. Holy shit. Both players still very, very even. Army supply is still ahead for Creator, but that economy very much better, I imagine, for Keen. You can see Creator is mining more minerals and gas, actually. Very little gas coming in right now for Keen. Creator, oh my god, if that disruptor hit goes off, it does get a decent hit. There are a lot of Vikings here, but the Vikings not so good against these Storms and all these Stalkers. These Stalkers actually seem to be MVP in this fight. There are hardly any Zealots, but who cares about Zealots when you're only fighting these air units? Another Tempest will come in and start to pick off these Liberators. They don't do the most DPS as they are unupgraded, and I believe the Air Army is upgraded here for Keen. The Liberator count is once again reset. The Stalkers will blink out, try and pick off a few of these Vikings. And no matter what happens, Creator just seems to be in such a great position. He seems to be taking good fights despite Keen's ability to trade really, really well. This could be the end. Okay, those disruption zones get very, very big hits. Lots of workers now go down. They are forced to pull. Another big disruptor hit will go off. There's so little bio left here now for Creator, for Keen even. All of his units are Vikings now. 10 workers did go down across the other side of the map. These Liberators providing such great counter-attacking for Keen. And look at the supply, both of them now beneath 100. Keen has barely any workers, but his army supply is growing. He is making a lot of bio again. Creator is still mining relatively well. You can see he's still getting those 1,200 minerals coming in, but Keen has just muled up, and now his economy is growing. A counter-attack over here to the north. Creator is coming in from the south side. Oh, he doesn't want to lose that Warp Prism or that other Warp Prism. Looks like he will lose both. That's very frustrating. This base will... It looks like it will go down, but at what cost? All of those medevacs went down, which means none of his units are escaping. There are DTs in the mix, just providing a lot of DPS. We have no DT Blink, unfortunately, for Creator, so these DTs can't quite get on top of this micro-wing army. There's a lot of mules gone down on this right-hand side. And Keen is trying to retake this base over to the south. Both players now at around 60 supply. Really close game. We are seeing another Nexus going down for Creator, and the bio is continued to be produced right now for Keen. Keen slightly ahead in that supply. He is down in workers, but his army supply is ahead. Now, there are Storms, there are still DTs. This is still a very good army with those Disruptors as well. A very high-tech army for Creator. If he can get that big Disruptor hit, this game can end at any moment. It's very hard to call right now, guys. I really don't know who's going to take this. That is a lot of bio. We do see long distance muling actually as well. That is a lot of bio. This is definitely going to come down to the micro. This is 0-0, guys, in this all-kill team league between Team Maru and Team soO. Right now, I have no idea who is going to win. This is just the first game. It has gone 25 minutes long, which we love to see. Creator, once again, slightly ahead in supply, has a couple more workers. His army supply good. His upgrades, though, still not great. He never got +3 weapons. Ghosts being re-added as the economy regrows for Keen. Keen clearing up another attack path, maybe looking for that flank. Creator has hit this position many times. Keen just trying to keep his economy up. Wants to defend these bases. Keep everything healthy. And everything very calm right now. Feels like, you know, we're in the storm's eye. The game could kick off again at any moment. Creator maybe looking to kick the game off again. Does go in, kill one Marauder for free. Can't argue at that. A Marauder is a Marauder is a Marauder. One less fighting unit. This Warp Prism does look like it may go down. The one Viking does go down as well, but the Warp Prism is picked off. I don't know if there are many Storms left. Storm right now would be absolutely huge, as would a Disruptor shot. Disruptor does go down, so there's very little AoE left now. These Archons providing decent damage, but... Oh, okay, 2 more Disruptors coming from the back. Will they get big hits? Oh, the first one gets a decent hit. The second one, I don't know if it had fired. It is going to get picked off. It does look like Keen is pushing through. Creator now down below 60 supply. His army is very, very weak. He does have an okay amount of money. I'm surprised there's nothing in the production right now for Creator. Creator maybe knows that this could be the end for him. 50 supply up against the 90 of Keen. Keen has just managed to take those bases and mule them up very, very well. And is now pushing ahead. We're seeing more Archons coming in for Creator, but he needs damaging units. He needs units that can kill these this bio. Another Disruptor is in production. Those are the units he needs. He needs Disruptors, he needs Zealots, he needs Storms, he needs Colossus, something along those lines, one of those very, very high efficient units. I think Creator is panicking right now. This is very scary right now, this army for Keen. He does have complete vision of it. He knows exactly what he's up against. There's just so little here for Creator. There are also ghosts able to EMP. Looks like this could be the end. Keen stims forward. He picks off those Archons. They do go down. Creator now down to his last legs. GG is called, and Keen takes it 1-0 for Team soO. What a game. What an absolutely lit game. I enjoyed that one. Guys, thank you for watching right now. My name is Grant. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is day 7 of the the BJ Destruction Team League. Sorry, I can't multitask, as you can tell. I'm here on behalf of Team Alpha casting this. My name is Grant. My stuff there is below, my Twitter, etc. This is Team Maru versus Team soO. Both of these teams really need a win to secure their chance at playoffs. Team Maru have yet to win a series. They are in a pretty bad position. I will show you the bracket very quickly as I switch to my web scene. As you can see, the standings here. Right now, Team soO are 1-1 with a -1 map score. That is now a 0 map score. Team Maru 0-2, -3 map score. They managed to get close a couple of times, but they've just not been able to pick up that win. And now they need it. It is all kill format, so our next big moment in the series is figuring out who Team Maru sends out next. They still have Rogue, Innovation, and Maru himself. So it's most definitely not over for them. They have 3 of the best players in the world, probably one of the best Koreans in the world, and the 2 best Terrans in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. I am just going to change my playlist because I'm bored of Wings of Liberty. Let's go for Heart of the Swarm. There we go. I love the Heart of the Swarm playlist. I think it's wicked. Okay. We are waiting for the next player. In the meantime, I am going to take a minute to speak of one of Alpha's sponsors. As I mentioned before that series, Team Alpha are casting this event. It is not our event. It is Unpoon's and Afrika's event, as well as Blizzard's. But they are allowing us to cast it. We do have some amazing stuff coming up. We have the Alpha Team League, which is running. We also have the Alpha Pro Series just last night, or just this morning for me. We had Armani versus Australia go 9 games with Armani taking the win. We are only able to do these events thanks to our sponsors, so I want to take a minute to talk about 24-Hour Fitness. Now, 24-Hour Fitness have been providing a service for over 30 years. They have been dedicating to helping people achieve their fitness goals. They have 436 locations throughout the United States, with cardio, free weights, personal trainers, classes. If you want to get your spin on, go get your spin on. They're open 24 hours a day, so guys, if you are a silly little nerd like me, but you still want to get your sweat on and not look like me, then check out 24-Hour Fitness. They allow Alpha to provide their events. Obviously, that is not this event, but the events we have going, the Alpha Pro Series, the Alpha Team League, and the Alpha Team themselves. Thank you very much, 24-Hour Fitness. I really appreciate you. For now, let's see if we have a game going. It does look like we do. Who do you think it's going to be, guys? I'm going to show you right now, because it's Innovation. Innovation, the player that has now been brought in for Team Maru. Team Maru not messing around, bringing in one of, if not the best Terran in the world, depending on the day. Playing for Team Reciprocity. I can't say that team's name. Playing for Team Rec. I'm really sorry if you are watching Innovation's team. I cannot say your name. I have a speech impediment. It's really hard. Playing for Team Rec. It is Innovation in blue. We have a TVT. So, a matchup I am not massively familiar with, but we're going to do our best to call what we can see. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Okay, so Team soO currently at 1-0. Keen is the player to make that happen. He's going to look to make it happen again against Innovation. Innovation, one of the best TVTers in the world, though. I haven't seen much of Keen's TVT, so I can't say how good he is currently looking in that matchup, but I mean, he's Keen. He's always looking good in all 3 matchups. Certainly should have a good game. Innovation and Keen currently doing the same build. It does look like both players. Okay, we are seeing the quicker factory coming out of neither player. I need to close my blinds. I can barely see the production tab. Both players are going to go for that Reaper. Build's looking very similar so far. We are getting that Rax and that factory. No very quick expansions for either. The Reapers will come across for both, I imagine, and go and see what is going on. We may then see a couple of Hellions follow up. That's sort of what we've been seeing a lot of. Sort of 2 or 3 Hellion, couple of Reaper pushes, and then a nice little micro battle. Hopefully we can get something along those lines. The Reaper is staying home for innovation. It does look like he is also scout. The Reaper for Keen is going to have a quick scout for that proxy starport in its regular location, then go across the map. So innovation at the top of this ramp should get the first shot and therefore be ahead. He actually does pull away just at the second the Reaper is coming across the map. So that is frustrating for innovation. He is now pulled to that other location. Keen will probably be able to get in and get a decent advantage. And now Keen will get the first shot, but Innovation got the shot. Innovation's backup Reaper is now here. We are seeing Hellions for both these players as well as more Reapers. So we are going to see that sort of brawl probably towards the centre of the map, unless one of the players wants to be very aggressive. Innovation is going to scout as well for that proxy starport in its regular location. One of those builds that is so good that it's scouted for almost every game and now barely happens, just because it is scouted for. So both players now getting their add-ons. It does look like we are getting a starport for both as well as those CCs on location. Everything is bon. Nothing too exciting happening just yet. Both players sort of taking a relatively defensive stance. You can see they have identical compositions. 2 Hellions, 3 Reapers, 25 SCVers. Now this is a good fight here for Keen. It does look like the Reaper Grenade for Keen, very, very good. Both players trading relatively evenly so far. It does look like, yep, it does look like Keen managed to get slightly the better of this. Actually, Keen doing very much the better of this. He did manage to kill one extra Reaper, so, you know, that's a Reaper. That's 50-50 down the drain, and a lot of the scouting information for Innovation is gone. Innovation has made a Cyclone behind this, and he is now getting his Raven, that sort of staple of TVT. Will he just get one, or will he go up to a couple to disable those tanks if they come in the future? Keen also adding a Raven of his own and starting to produce those bio units. It's be interesting to see what the tech choice is for both of these players. It's still hard to tell if it's going to be bio or mech from my eyes. Obviously not the most experienced player in the world. The add-on being built for Innovation currently. I don't know what it is. Couldn't see. We'll have to wait and see. Both players are producing a few Marines now. We're not seeing any tanks in the production tab just yet. Okay, there's the tank started for Innovation, and a medevac starting for Keen. So slight difference in the build there. Keen may be looking to start dropping, be the harassing player. Innovation is going to get that tank and slowly build that tank count up. Other way around. Oh no, Keen has also added in a tank here. So, game still very standard. Keen has put his third on location quite early on in this matchup. Innovation with no information of that just yet. 2 Marines will fight, and 2 cheeky little Cyclones will come and end that fight for Keen. They're bigger, scarier brothers. Innovation also catching a Reaper. Does manage to kill that Reaper. That's nice. Again, deny some scouting information. We do have the Raven for Keen sharking about in the air, looking to see if he can catch something. Set up a quick pick-off, maybe. May also look to harass with auto turrets. It does look like that may be the choice here out of Keen. We should see a couple. Oh, one goes down. There is a tank immediately in position. So only a couple of workers will go down, just a 2. So a lot of energy expended for just 2 workers. Okay, now a few more workers are falling. Keen at the other side is going for a Cyclone drop. This can be very frustrating. There is a few Marines and there is a tank in position, so I can't see it doing too much. 7 workers went down to that drop. Very frustrating there, actually, for Innovation. 7 is a lot of workers to lose. Now this medevac. Oh, this medevac. Okay, the drop does go down. The Cyclones actually locking onto different targets. Very, very nice micro there by Keen, able to save both of his and pick up both of Innovation Cyclones. Keen definitely acting out a lead in this matchup early. This medevac could survive with just those 13 hit points. Behind this, we are seeing tanks in the production. Vikings out of Innovation, going to try and pick up their air control. Innovation has 3 Ravens, gone up to that slightly higher than normal count. We are just seeing 1 for Keen. So all of these tanks can be disabled by Innovation, putting him into a great position for his tanks to do a lot. Now, it is scouted by Keen. He does see there were 3 Ravens there, although when they're all on top of each other, they look like just one big transformer, which is kind of cool. Innovation will continue to push, force some scans out. Be frustrating. This tank probably will be instantly disabled. Oh my god, look how many missile turrets he's going to drop. Innovation dropping about 9,000 missile turrets. He does have that air control. His tank's doing a lot in the background. These missile turrets also doing a lot. And now Keen is hemorrhaging workers. This base will have to be abandoned. I don't think it's going to go down. Innovation is moving across the map with his reinforcements. There is also a turret dropped on the other side of the map by Keen, and that is going to pick up a few of these workers. But Innovation's still in a great position. Now, there are still 2 tanks. I don't know if Innovation has the energy to be able to disable them. It looks like he has at least 1 disable on one of those Ravens, but I can't quite tell what being clicked on. Yes, he does have enough energy to disable. He has 103, as you can see on one of them. So we should see one of these tanks disabled pretty soon. Actually, Keen looking for a flank right now. Maybe able to pick off a couple of these tanks. These tanks are out of position. Disable will go down on one of the tanks. No, it did not. Instead, it was a missile turret thrown down. And now the tank count of Innovation is reset. He still has the 1, but Innovation, maybe in a little bit of trouble here, is going to need... Oh, that tank will go down eventually to the Cyclones. This Raven will go down. It does drop a missile turret, and that missile turret does not manage to kill the Raven of Innovation. That does survive with 8 hit points. A little bit closer, my dude. Innovation muling up this base down here to the south, trying to get his economy going. Worker count, as you can see, is slightly in Innovation's favour. Actually, 6 workers now is more than just slight. Keen's upgrades are ahead, though. He definitely has the opportunity to do some damage here. Instead, he's going to choose to go home. Maybe missing the mark there. I am just going to close my blinds quickly, guys, so I can see what the feck is going on. So ignore me if I miss anything. Alright, we can see now. This is nice. Okay, so lots of Marines being added by both. Stim being researched now by Keen. Innovation most likely already has a Stim. Innovation added in that armory, getting a sensor tower, going to keep getting his upgrades going. Innovation will lose that Marine. Blech. That's the noise a Marine makes when it dies. And he loses another Marine. Nothing too important. Now the sensor tower does see this push coming, and the Marine gets a full grasp of what this push consists of. Innovation is going to try and find a defensive siege up position. Only 2 tanks here though, as opposed to the 4 of Keen. So this is scary. Innovation definitely has air control. He has a lot of Vikings and will be able to kill the medevac. Actually, SCVs are pulled, and a lot of SCVs may be about to go down, but the Vikings will be able to land very soon. There is no more air units here for Keen. The Vikings do land, and they kill those SCVs very, very quickly, those Marines very, very quickly. But Innovation just lost 24 workers. He is now down 49 to 67. Keen definitely taking the better of that fight. Sure, he lost a lot. He lost a few tanks and a lot of Marines, but he did not lose everything for nothing, and as such is in a great place. I've just run over my headset. Now I have no music. There we go. Both players now sitting at 1-1. You can see the army supply, the army tab there. Right now, Marine counts very, very even. Tank counts also even. Innovation does have that massive air control, as we previously said. He will win this fight on these loose groups of Marines. But this is the big boy Marine pack, and that will kill those 3 Marines. Innovation is still down in supply. Picking up a Cyclone there is nice. These Cyclones have actually been really, really useful for Keen so far in this matchup. I don't know who wins this fight. It's very, very even. It does look like Innovation knows he has maybe 1 or 2 less. He is also dropping over in that natural, and will start to pick off a few workers, and they're in the main as well. These Marines Stim being very, very annoying. Innovation's so good at this, just splitting his Marines, able to take down so many workers. Oh, there's a big huddle of them over to the right, mate. Go and get them. 6 workers go down, so pretty good there for Innovation. He is starting to even up that worker count. He is still behind by 6 workers himself. Innovation going to stim in. He will pick up this tank. That's nice. Loses a few Marines for it. Will kill more SCVs in the meantime. Never going to kill that one, mate. Should have gone for SCVs. Innovation will hightail it out of there. He is... Now we're seeing the Innovation we all know and love. He's hitting about 11 places at once. I'm not even observing, and I can't keep up with how much damage Innovation is attempting to do at the same time. He is also moving out to the right-hand side, probably looking to secure this base. He knows there is a group of units there. Keen is going to pull back his flanking group. The flank battalion. Innovation also looking for other loose Marines here and there. Does see there is a force here. That's a big force, Innovation. Maybe don't scrap with that one, mate. Innovation knows he doesn't win that fight. Is still killing a couple of workers here and there with these drops. Innovation seems to be hitting everywhere with 16 Marines at all times whilst keeping a very, very strong defensive position. You're not going to break this if you are keen without losing a hell of a lot of units. Innovation has those 16 Marines lined up. Now it is seen there is a sensor tower there that was able to keep up with that. These Marines will manage to drop. Whoa, one of the medevacs goes down, still almost full. So very, very frustrating there by Innovation. Does lose 6 or 7 Marines. And a medevac that he very much needs. And that drop, very unsuccessful. Innovation taking the worst end of that trade. And now, what is the next step going to be? Innovation now lands his 4th on location. It is behind that of Keen. And you can see there is quite a large army differential right now. Keen does manage to get on top of all these tanks. He just managed to kill a fair few tanks for practically nothing. That group of units, he kills all of those tanks. That's very frustrating for Innovation. He really needed them. That's such a bulk of the DPS of his army. And now he is very much behind. Oh, not too far. But actually, he's still ahead in the tank count, surprisingly. But he has half the Marine count of Keen. These tanks will need to get such huge volleys to even this out. Look at that army of Keen. You can see the army supply. He is up 34. Quick maths. Upgrades are identical for both of these players. This game's still very, very close. Innovation needs to not lose tanks. He needs to have that good split. He has now got a decent one, but 2 of those tanks are on siege. Keen does stim in. He is taking a decent fight. Keep an eye on the army supply guys over on the right-hand side. Innovation has actually caught up quite a lot. It looks like Innovation has taken a very good fight here. He still has that air control. The Vikings will be able to land. All of the tanks killed for Keen. Innovation taking a phenomenal fight. And now he is up in army supply, up in supply. He has more workers. And Innovation looks like he is taking this into the next stage of the game. He's not going to be able to take the game just yet. He is pushing forward. He now has a significant tank lead. He has, because of that air control, he has now been able to add Liberators, which completely stops the tanks being useful, forcing tanks to lift into medevacs even. And this is something good Terrans know to do. When you are ahead in TVT, when you have that air superiority, you are able to switch into Liberators. You can force the tanks into less favourable positions. That was hard to say. And generally be very frustrating. As you can see, tanks aren't going to be able to push forward. If they sit on the edge of those zones, they will go down. This base being made at the moment is going to go down. These Liberators will, one of these tanks may even go down. No, it does survive, but this base is in trouble. Now, Keen is looking for a large flank, but Innovation is here. He has got a flank of his own. This is like 5D flank tactics. These tanks didn't manage to get any decent shots, so Innovation is stimming in. It does look like the fight is still pretty close. Keen will be able to take a slightly better version in that trade, but Keen may lose this base. Now, there are no Vikings here, actually, to support this army. What happened to Innovation's Vikings? Innovation is behind currently in upgrades. His 3-3 isn't done, and it is for Keen. So this bio is going to trade very, very well. These SCVs are forced to repair, and they are going to start falling. Viking count still slightly in favour here for Keen. Actually, as the reinforcements arrive, it becomes significantly better. These tanks are doing a lot of damage, though. There is no mining going on from this base. Another base has been taken over into that north position. You can see just where our observer is clicking. And that's pretty well saturated. Innovation making 10 Marines at a time, trying to get that count up to keep up with his opponent. Keen, meanwhile, is adding on more tanks. He is getting air weapons as well. This is a pretty big force right here. It does look like Innovation has significantly higher numbers. The upgrades are worse for Innovation, though, so this straight bio fight won't be as great as it could be. Keen is going to lose a lot of his Marines. He has just legged it for now. Innovation doesn't want to push into that tank range without tanks of his own or Liberators or something of his own, unless he knows he has significant numbers and can break that position. And he is just going to scan, figure out what's going on, move around, keep everything safe for the moment. This game's still very tense so far. We've had 2 very, very good, tense games. Could go either way. Innovation has managed to break through to this north position. He has just killed 3 tanks, and now his tanks are in such a phenomenal position on the ramp. Keen knows that position couldn't have been given up and is forced to GG. Wow. Innovation takes it back. We are now 1-1 in this series. Team Maru getting on the board. Thank you for joining me, guys. You can't hear the music? It must just be too low, because it's definitely on. I'm going to turn it up a bit, Sushi. Let me know. It is playing, and it is coming through as my desktop audio. Maybe it was just a bit low. I'm gonna put it about here. That should be a little bit better. Thank you, Sushi. Let me know if you can hear it in the next minute or two. Okay, so we are now 1 apiece in this show match between Team soO and Team Maru. The remaining players are Bunny, Patience, and soO himself for Team soO, and Innovation, obviously the surviving and next player for Maru, as well as Maru himself and Rogue for Team Maru. So this is completely even right now. It's a bit soft still. Okay. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. It's nice to see so many of you here today. My name is Grant. I'm here representing Team Alpha. Please check out all their social media above. You can see their Facebook, their Twitter, their YouTube, and their Patreon. They provide some of the best content in the world for StarCraft 2 right now. I am just waiting for the next game. It does look like the stream has actually just gone down from our hosts, so I'm going to have to fill some time, which I always enjoy. Thanks, Sushi. Yep, that stream has temporarily gone down. Hopefully they bring it back. Probably just some technical difficulties. In the meantime, will sit here and let's talk about the bracket. Let's have a look through it. Let me go to my web browser and let's go to here. So right now you can see this is Team Maru versus Team soO. These are the two teams that are currently playing. Ta-da! This is day 7, I believe. Actually, day 7 isn't on Liquipedia, which I find really weird. I only knew I was casting today because of the stream yesterday. But this is Team Maru versus Team soO. This is day 7. So day 8 is May 26th. So not today, not tomorrow, but the next day. Team Classic, the current leaders, versus Team Deer, currently trailing. You can see the players for both of those in just a couple of days. Classic, Impact, Ragnarok, and Solar. Deer, Trap, Hurricane, and Cure. Hurricane, though, on a tear recently. That guy's got so good. I'm just keeping an eye on this, hoping the stream comes back up, because right now it's just me chatting to myself. Can have a look at the prize pool. You get an idea for the amount of money that is being given away. $4,500 for first place. This is 8 million Korean won. This is being arranged by Onpoon and Africa, who have graciously allowed us to cast it in English, so thank you to them. My name, as I've said a million times today, is Grant. I do the English casting for Team Alpha. This is not an Alpha event, but they've allowed us to cast it. This is my co-caster. He is a spider. He is called Clarence. He's very spooky. Don't be scared of him. He's a nice guy. I didn't like the blank space, so I thought I'd bring him in. He's not been the most useful co-caster so far. I'm not getting much analysis out of him, but you know, we'll make it work. It does look like the organisers are typing stuff in Korean, so we're going to Google Translate like we've never Google Translated before, detect language. They're checking the system for a while. They are trying to fix it. So hopefully we'll be back temporarily. The power of Google Translate. There are... Thank you so much for having so many of you joining me. I really appreciate it. Guys, the feed I am casting for has temporarily gone down. We are not missing anything at all. The games are not playing, as far as I am aware. They are waiting for the Korean cast. It is a Korean cast that has gone down. They're not going to play it without that, so we're not going to miss anything. Right now, Innovation has just defeated Keen, making this 1-1. Both games so far gone well over 20 minutes. Very exciting to see. See what's going on. Have a look at the old social medias. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to put another tweet that we are live as we wait for this to come back up. Oh, it does look like they are coming back up. We are live. 1-1 between Team Maru, half type, Team Maru and Team soO over at Korean. Control Z. Where's my stream? Is this my stream? This is my stream. Hello, Grant. In the DJ description, big smiley face. Click. Okay, so does look like we may be about to get into another game, and we are. What? Oh, okay. They haven't changed the overlay yet, but it is Patience that has been brought in. The Red Protoss player playing for Team LP. It is Patience and Innovation. The surviving player will have to play against the absolute PvT genius that is Patience recently. Patience actually recently beating Innovation in the GSL. Recently, a couple of weeks ago. Definitely has some really, really cool builds. Did a lot of mass adept with that Resonating Glaives upgrade. Also on this map, I believe. May have been Kairos, I'm not certain. I feel like it was this map. So we'll have to see what Patience goes for. Patience is going for that early scout, making sure he's not going to be 2 racks. Innovation never afraid of a 2 racks, but it is just the standard gas racks opening, so we'll probably see a Reaper. Patience is going to be very frustrating and slow down that racks, but ever so slightly, just that 1 second is 1 extra second for his unit to get out, for him to be safe. He's now going to come back up the ramp and continue to be an absolute pain in the ass. Okay. This time, Innovation is ready. He has a second worker, but he's denying a bit of mining time. It's the smallies that count. He is going to go for that Nexus before Cybernetics core, so the slightly more economic answer. The Reaper can get across the map and be frustrating in this occasion because your unit will not be out in time. Cyber Forest, I think this is Cyber Forest. I'm so bad at map names. I'm going with it. I'm sticking with Cyber Forest, guys. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Sue me. Is relatively long, so that Reaper has a bit of distance to cover before it can get in and be annoying. It won't be enough time for the Adept or Stalker to be out, but it'll be enough time for Patience to be prepared, that Reaper is now done and will head across the map immediately. It may look for a proxy. Doesn't look like it's going to. It is going to go straight across the map. Patience definitely not afraid of something a bit cheeky, but the SCV did see everything going down and was able to keep a good eye on that. Now we see a Stalker coming out. Immediately Chrono is thrown into it. You can tell by that build time to be able to dissuade this Reaper from getting too committed. Now the Reaper will be able to get a couple of pot shots off. This is a very good map for the Reaper to get in quickly. As I said, the map quite long, but there is a lot of cliffs and will probably force a small probe pull. This is nice from Innovation. Just makes up for that time earlier loss. Now the Stalker comes out and this does end. Reaper Grenade, very nice. Bit more mining time lost. So Innovation now sort of evens up that lost mining time, which is nice, Innovation now going to go for that scout, look at the natural, maybe able to catch one of these 2 of these probes. If a probe goes down at this point, Innovation's in a great position. The Reaper Grenade is good. Actually, it does knock the Stalker towards him. That's scary when something's shooting big lasers. Some big War of the Worlds looking bugger gets launched towards you by your own grenade. You're having a bad day then. We are seeing everything is normal. Actually, it does look like we're going to see a very, very quick Widow Mine drop coming out of Innovation. He is getting those Widow Mines very early from the factory. The starport is going down. We're not seeing any 2-1-1 shenanigans. Another gateway added to create part of that wall for Patience. He has gone for the Twilight Council and Blink. Very standard, very, very good Blink map here. You can blink him from the third. It can be so annoying. Create a decent contain. Once a Terran gets his third though, it's not as useful. It's a very easy... it's an easier map to contain to keep those 3 bases safe. We are also seeing that Robo being added by Patience, so probably looking to get a Prism, a lot of Stalkers and be annoying. Now the Medevac is coming out, we see that hallucinated Oracle. I don't know if Innovation will fall for this. He is actually getting a Viking, so I'm guessing Innovation is falling for this. The Widow Mine also burrowing, so this is really, really nice here from Patience, really nice mind games. This is going to fly in immediately over the Widow Mine. Innovation right now probably thinking, yeah, I got it. No, it was a hallucination. Unlucky. So Patience gets that information that it is a Widow Mine drop. The Reaper came in, hit a decent grenade, but did eventually fall. Right now, Patience playing that perfect game. Innovation did see that it is Blink, though. He knows what is coming. He immediately restarts up that Medevac. Would have liked to have had it already. Probably could have got in and done a little bit of damage, or at least forced a decent probe pull. We're seeing a few more racks being added on, so there is no doubt it is certainly bio play this game. We will immediately see stim started from this racks now. Blink, there it goes. The Widow Mine is going to load up now later than normal. It is, come on stream, don't be an arse. It is obviously expected by Patience. You can see Stalker's in position. Come on. Just going to refresh the stream. I don't know if they're having issues or if I am. I don't think it's me. I'm not dropping frames. There you go. Apologise for that, guys. They have been having issues today, so we're going to stick and blame them instead of me. Anyway. So Innovation is out on the map with that Widow Mine drop. There are units in position. I wouldn't anticipate it does them too much damage unless there is a mistake here from Patience. What are we seeing? We are Raven. Immediately cancelled and then restarted. So it is going to be a Raven. Innovation actually very indecisive. Starts and cancels that twice. And then decides, now I'll get my combat shields on whatever first. Now there is a push out coming from Patience. He has a few stalkers. Blink is done. This could be frustrating with that. With the Warp Prism as well. Behind this we are seeing those Blink Stalkers, those Colossus coming in to support the Blink Stalkers. Now there is nothing here. Actually, it does look like Patience pulled his entire army. Innovation is going to burrow those Widow Mines. No, don't freeze now! Those Widow Mines do burrow and they're going to get big, big hits. 7 workers go down. Now there is obviously a drop at the side of the map. I can't believe this is lagging now. Guys, it does look like they are having some technical difficulties. I'm just going to switch to scene and see if I can try and fix anything on my end. Make sure I have nothing unnecessary going on. I'm trying to fix this, guys. I don't know if their stream has just gone down. Okay, it looks like whatever happened, it is back. So we are back in the game. I apologise for that. So a few more probes did go down to a second Widow Mine shot. Nothing too substantial though. I think it's now 9 probes in total that have gone down. Innovation behind this is setting up very, very standard. He's got a Sim City, he's getting tanks, he's getting Marines, he's getting Marauders, getting those bio upgrades. He is going for a big drop. It looks like there is a couple of Widow Mines and a whole load of Marines. We do also have a drop coming in from Patience with those Adepts. As I said, Patience a big fan of Adepts, very, very good with them. Has managed to do a lot of damage. Innovation actually looks like he may be coming home. Did he just pull that medevac back? In the centre of the map, it does look like that's a possibility. There is a tank. Oh god, this tank is so out of position. This tank will fall, and that's such an important unit he doesn't want to lose. He needs to siege up, actually. Okay, does force the blink back with the amount of bio. Now, Innovation is committing with that drop over on that left-hand side. There is nothing here to defend right now. He's going to go over into the main. This may force a recall out of Patience. Patience definitely behind an army supply. Innovation smelling a little bit of blood right here. He is going to land in this main. He's going to do so much damage with all of his units. The units are forced to blink back. The third as well could be under fire for Patience. He is... Oh, what an Artosis pylon. Lots of these buildings here unpowered for Patience. Innovation finding himself a great position. He is taking damage across the map again from an Adept drop, I imagine. There are some Widow Mines. This Colossus will get jumped on. He really does not want to lose the Colossus. The Colossus does go down. A Stalker here is the only defensive unit. There is another Colossus over in the third. Look how many probes going down, guys, at the left-hand side of your screen. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every probe is starting to fall from that main. A few Zealots warped in. A few Zealots do manage to push this off. But Innovation actually going to use this to flank the rest of the army. Innovation is smelling blood. He is bombarding this base. Another Colossus goes down. Patience in a lot of trouble right now. Patience is down to just 42 workers. He may be able to hold on here. He did lose a lot of workers, and Innovation didn't have his third up just yet. He is going to be able to save a lot of these medifacts though, and there are a few Widow Mines left. So Patience certainly isn't dead. It's not like, you know, he's down 20 workers now. He is only down a few. But Innovation's army supply is massive. The upgrades were massively slowed down. There is not going to be thermal lamps for a long time. And phase 2, round 2 is coming for Innovation. He has another big bio army. He's loading up those Widow Mines to counter attack, to multi-prong attack one of these other bases. He is going to go up into the natural here. The forces are here. He does get that pylon straight away. And now all the force load isn't bad. Does slow down this push, but Innovation's units are still pushing in. He is targeting on pylons currently. Probably not the ideal. Is he going to try and drop Widow Mines behind this? He is going to drop Widow Mines behind this army. The blink is forced back. It does look like the Colossus may have gone down. There are more and more bio units coming in. Mules dropped. Innovation getting that revenge. That cheeky little... Where am I? That cheeky little bitch dropping mules like that. Wow, that's insane. Team Maru now go up 2-1. Innovation not taking any... Can I say shit? I've said it now. Innovation is not taking any shit this series. Getting his revenge from the GSL. Let's have a quick look at what players are left. Guys, I do apologise. I know there were some technical difficulties during that. Thank you for sticking with me. You can see who is left now from Team soO. There is Bunny, the Terran from Team Blazer, smokes like a train, really surprised me, and the captain himself from Chivo, it is soO, the previous champion of that GSL Super Tournament. It was a Super Tournament you won, right? My memory is so bad for these things. I remember, obviously, that you won. No, it was Katowice, of course it was. The champion of Katowice. Also waiting. Who is it going to be? We'll have to wait and see. Let's just keep this here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to take a quick drink. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I need to cough and drink. Oh, just waiting for the next game, guys. How's everyone doing? If you are here in chat today, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming over to this platform and spending some time with me. I'm Grant. I'm here on behalf of Alpha, casting the VJ Destruction Team League. This is day 7. We have uno, dos, tres, and then so 3 days, and then the playoffs left. You can see the schedule over on Team Liquid, just type in VJ Destruction Team League, or check out Alpha on Twitter. You can see the stuff above. We've been tweeting the schedule. I think it's pinned right now. I will be casting every day of this tournament, including the ones that are like 6 in the morning for me, so stick with me. This one today was decent, you know, to like 2 PM, but some of them are really early, and that's going to be the worst casting you've ever seen, even from my standards. We are waiting to see who is coming in on the next game. No one has been subbed in just yet. We do have remaining players. The background music is a bit loud. I'm hearing mixed signals here. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So we are now into the game. It does look like the player that has been subbed in is drumroll. It's funny. So, and a pause. Just kidding, it's not Bunny. Haha, it's me. Bunny has paused, so we will sit here and chat for a while longer. The Korean, my co-commentators from across a couple of ponds, are looking very, very fly. I don't know who they are. I wish I did. The one with the bleached blonde hair makes me want to bleach my hair blonde. I'm not going to do it because I look like a twat, but I really want to. I'm just waiting to see what's going on with Blazer's Bunny. He is the player that has been brought in. Looks like we may be getting back into the game. We are. Yay. Okay, so the player said some Korean stuff. Innovation said go go, and then Innovation dropped down a proxy racks. So this is a TVT, guys. Innovation looking to be very TV cheeky and drop down that proxy racks against Bunny. Maybe he's bored of playing. This is an interesting map, obviously due to those purification zones or whatever they are called. I can never remember. Those giant time warps. We are seeing the standard double gas opening coming out of Bunny. So Bunny was looking to play that macro game. Innovation said nah. Now Bunny is going to scout. And this is very important. Where is he going to scout? He's not going to go around that long way, is he? Oh, he is. Will he see this? Oh, he's going to see this. Okay, so this is going to get scouted very, very quickly. Bunny says, hello! What are you doing, my friend? And immediately can get to work. Starts typing a laughing face. We are going to see a slight scrap if the work is. Innovation, I don't know what you're typing, mate. Probably, why are you scouting this way? That's not very nice. Innovation will still manage to get both of these bases open. Bunny is actually a hilariously funny guy. I managed to spend some time with him last year at Home Story Cup. He's really, really nice. As I said, he smokes a lot. Blows my mind. Don't know why he's so little and adorable, and then he's there, like, smoking those Marlboros. I hope his mum's not watching and doesn't know. There is going to be a bunker immediately thrown down by Bunny. This is really not a very good Reaper map. There are very few Reaper cliffs here. Oh, okay, you can go down from the south side. That makes sense. Innovation going to try and pick away at this SCV. He needs to wait for a few more Reapers of his own. You can jump in, I guess, over to this north. Actually, no, this is a good Reaper map. I take it back. He can still go, he can just go around this bunker, no? Yeah. That's exactly what he's going to do. The bunker finishes up, but that doesn't matter when Innovation is already in your base. It looks like the Reaper fight going very, very well. There is a Marine out now as well. This SCV will go down. The Reaper is going to target down this Marine once the Marine goes down. Oh, Innovation really doesn't want to lose that Reaper, and he does lose that first Reaper. Now, this is very important. There is nothing in the bunker, so he is able to reinforce with Reapers very quickly. Isn't going to choose to do so. Could have taken that Marine down. Now another Marine joins, and it looks like Innovation but might just go home. Now, this wasn't the biggest committal. It was only a couple of racks. He is going to take his factory at home, but this was good for Bunny. Bunny will be up in workers. That bunker can be salvaged. He already has his factory done, so he's going to be able to attack better. Bunny, obviously, is going to take his CC very, very fast. The scout from Bunny, very, very vital to this hold. Innovation will look for the proxy starport in case Bunny decided to throw a little bit of Halder his way as well. But it does look like everything is going to relatively normalise. Now, Innovation still has a lot of Reapers, and that is still a lot of damage potential. And he is going to keep walking around the map. As you can see, those zones providing a lot of time for Bunny. They make everything so slow. They're so frustrating. Why? Now, there are a couple of Hellions here. Hellions very, very good against all of these. Innovation is going to try and do some fancy micro. You don't want to jump up there, I don't think, my friend. Oh, I can... No, I'm wrong. Innovation going to kill a few workers here, and this is what you really needed to do. If you can get the Hellions as well, this game could end very, very shortly. One of the Hellions does go down. A few workers will fall as well. 4 already. That Hellion getting repaired. Very, very nice there. Reaper grenades denying a lot of mining time. So this was nice for Innovation. Now Innovation is up in workers quite significantly. Yeah, sure, his tech is behind. His CC is behind, but on location. So actually ends up probably being ahead. Has he added a starport yet? Yes, he has. Okay, so Innovation does have his starport. It's probably going to go into... Okay, he's going to get the Raven. No Cloak Banshees, no hyper-committal to this abuse toward Bunny. Instead, going to play out relatively standard from here. And this was good from Innovation. This is really what he needed. He only lost a couple of Reapers. He killed quite a lot of SCVs, and he denied a huge amount of mining time. Hundreds of minerals were lost in the making of that attack. So, Innovation now in a good spot. As I said, he is up 5 workers. His army supply obviously behind, sure, but not too bad when he is going to be the defensive player for now. Although, as I say that, he is pushing out. Innovation never one to sit at home. These Reapers just proving an annoyance. I don't know if that one will go down, my dude. I think that was maybe slight overcommittal there by Innovation. He will eventually lose this. If he can get an SCV, that'd be nice. He does. Nice. So 1 Cyclone and 1 Reaper trading for 1 Cyclone and 1 SCV. That third CC, very quick for Innovation. Well, in the scheme of things, very quick. It's going to be a lot quicker than the one thrown down by Bunny. Bunny instead getting his tank count higher quicker. And how many Ravens are we going to see? Innovation previously made 3? Was it Innovation that made 3? Yeah, it was Innovation that made 3. So Innovation previously made 3. Will he go for the same 3 this game? Will he just make the 1? Will he make 2? You never really see more than 3. He did opt for a lot of auto turrets in the game that he won against Keen. So could go for very similar again. Bunny also has gone up to those 2 Ravens. It looks like Innovation is going for 3. Quite a scary army amassing here for Bunny. He is down in army supply, but a couple of tanks, a few decent Marines, Stim on the way. We may see him look to be the aggressor in the not too distant future. Obviously, it's a very strange map to be the aggressor on. Bunny's 1 Marine just sitting there, feeling very, very slow right now. Hanging out, waiting for things to happen. Okay, Bunny is now going to push out. He has 3 tanks, he has 2 Ravens, a few Vikings to try and get rid of the Ravens of Innovation. Innovation, I believe, has those 3 Ravens. He is getting tanks and Vikings of his own. I very much like Innovation's position. He has seen this attack coming. He knows it's going around the long way. This Marine is just going to leg it. And actually bought himself quite a lot of time. There is a Cyclone here. If that Cyclone can get a lock on one of his air units, it could certainly soften it up. Now, Innovation's army is obviously weaker currently. How much bio does Innovation have? It doesn't look like he has as much, and his stim will be slower, so there could possibly be a time when Bunny can strike. Innovation looking certainly to get hold of that air control, though. He's making much more Vikings than Medevacs. Bunny going for the Medevacs as opposed to this. Innovation should be able to establish that air control and maybe go for a Liberator switch a little bit earlier. Bunny he's posturing on the map. He's not committing to any aggression by any means, from what I can tell. Innovation's third is now up and mining. Innovation very ahead in workers, as you can see. He is up 13 workers. Pretty substantial amount right now. He is down in army supply, but his army very good. He has those important tech units, as you can see here. Both have 5 tanks. Innovation does have those 3 Ravens. Innovation down in Marines, but Innovation also up on Vikings. So I really like Innovation's position here. I don't think he can be pushed into. His air control is very, very good. His tank positioning seems good. He seems to know what he is doing on this new map. What's it called? Turbo Cruise? I feel like it's called Turbo Cruise. Innovation is actually moving around for the centre of the map. Meanwhile, Bunny has loaded up and is going to go around and look for that Doom Drop. Playing like my favourite Brazilian Terran Kelleger right now. Not afraid to go balls to the wall. Innovation is going to be able to siege up at the natural, and we're going to have some strange base trade scenario going on right now. Innovation has very, very, very little at home, but he is able to take down this natural. Now, there is going to be quite a lot left at home for Bunny, and Bunny may be able to stop anything too big from getting into his main. Actually, all of the Vikings land as I say that, and Innovation is very much in the main. So now we do have a base race. Both will lose a lot of workers. Innovation does have that 3rd base up though. Okay, it is actually going to be under siege from the high ground. Oh my god, look how many SCVs just go down. So many SCVs have just gone down for Bunny. Oh, that's filthy. That's a disgustingly high number. Innovation is now at 50 supply, but he will lose a lot of the workers of his own. He has actually kept a lot alive for now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Innovation maybe just try to go home. He's taken the better of the mining fight. His upgrades are still going, and if they finish, we'll be in a phenomenal position. How much money do both players have? Innovation does not have enough to take another CC, but he has flown one away and will be able to continue mining from that one in that south position. You can see there, that's southeast. There we go. He's going to start mining from that. All of these workers will probably eventually go down. Uh-oh, they've been caught. You've been rumbled, boys. There's a lot of workers, though. They could maybe... Okay, no, there's 4 tanks here. Innovation has not brought anything home just yet. He is mining, and that is, as you can see from that income at the bottom there, plus 1,000 coming in for Innovation. 0 mining for Bunny right now. Innovation is going to be able to remake a lot of this stuff. He actually does come back and just disable 1 tank, just like, haha, got him. So Innovation's certainly in a very good position, and he is coming home. He is now starting to remake all of these buildings. I'm very surprised all these workers are still here. Uh-oh, you've been caught, boys. The stim is in. Auto turrets also come down. All of these workers go down. Look at that number on the left-hand side, guys. It is about to climb. Should see minus... Actually, there wasn't as many as I thought there was. I thought there was like 30 there. There was only like 20. Huh. So, now the supply is a little bit more even. Bunny actually has no workers. 0. He is not mining at all. Innovation is down in army supply, but has a lot of tanks left. Yes. As you can see, Bunny has a lot more bio, and he also has those Ravens. And the longer this game goes, the better they could do. Now, Innovation is up in upgrades, so those 4 Marines are going to be efficient. Oh god, this is very, very clever here by Bunny. Bunny was able to get down and drop on this position. It does look like he's going to be able to take a very good fight. The tanks will be disabled. There's only a couple of tanks now left undisabled. More disabled. Mules are dropped as Bunny knows he has done it. GG is called, and Bunny takes it 2-2 for Team soO. 2-2 for Team soO. Wow, we're seeing so many mules. That's so naughty. Right, looks like it's dark enough. I can maybe open my blinds again. Ta-da! It's me. So it's really, really hot in the UK, but really dark. It's going to thunder, I think, in a minute. Guys, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. There's a good number of you here today. That means the world to me. My name's Grant. I cast all of... I'm casting all of this tournament. I also cast some of the Alpha Pro Series and some other bits and bobs for Team Alpha, as well as other bits and bobs elsewhere. Although not so much these days. I'm pretty dedicated to Alpha because I love them. They're good peoples. This is the BJ Destruction Team League. It is currently 2-2. It is the first team to 4, so this really could go any way so far. Team Maru need this win in order to really even stay in this. They have Maru and Rogue as the remaining players to take on Bunny and soO himself. I had to think about that. So, remaining players, 1 Terran, 1 Zerg for each. We will be seeing no more Protoss today. I'm sorry to my Protoss brethren. Let us wait and see who the next player is going to be. I think we will probably see Rogue. I don't think Maru will come in yet. Maru has usually saved himself for the final player. He's done that so far in the matches we have casted him. God, I'm going to go get my hair cut after this. I have like a weird afro thing going on. Anyway. I will stop talking absolute nonsense. We are still waiting, guys, to see the next players. As I said, it could be Maru and it could be Rogue. I am anticipating Rogue just from historically how these teams have been doing this tournament. Thank you for joining me. I know it's a Friday afternoon. If you're in Europe, you'd rather be out having a beer, but it might be a bit early for some of you. In the UK, 3 PM is like beer time on a Friday. I too would rather be eating right now, but you know what? We're here for some amazing StarCraft, and so far that is what we've seen. The first 2 games specifically were absolutely insane. Does look like the teams have just called a quick minute, having a huddle, like you would in basketball. Having a team talk. Team Maru knows that they need to get something done. Who are they going to bring out in order to make that happen? Really enjoying the music, guys. I'm sorry that we don't have game sound. I am casting from a feed. I'm just going to abuse someone who is spamming me on Discord, one of my friends. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you for the abuse. We are still waiting, guys. I could play you guys a song. Should do that. I could play you guys a song I wrote. It's called F Protoss, but it's not suitable for the stream. I'm not going to play you a song. I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. That's definitely not going to happen. Does look like the hosts have typed some more Korean stuff that we are going to translate. Oh, they said thank you for being so mannered to chat. My chat, on the other hand. I'm getting so much abuse today. Thank you to my good friend, legendary Broodlord and Festa player Johnny Rico, for trying to get me in trouble. Really appreciate you, and I'm a better jungle than you. Does look like, guys, we are now getting into the next game. Is it going to be Rogue? Is it going to be Maru? Let's find out. I anticipated Rogue, and I was wrong. Maru has subbed himself in. Team captain of Team Maru is in for another TBT against Bunny. Wants to get revenge for the muling. Hopefully we see more mules out of Maru. I'd love to see Maru get his BM on. The last game we saw Maru play in this tournament, he did proxy. He is not going for that this time so far. Does look like he's playing very standard, going for a gas first. There are no racks across the map, although I very much imagine Bunny will scout for that. Maru probably the #1 proxy raxer in the world. He loves it. Maru himself, playing very standard, is going to go for that Reaper opening. Committed slightly earlier to that gas, but now it's very even. Both players are going to SCV scout as well, so Bunny this game not going to look in that proxy location as he did against Innovation. Maybe he knows something the way Innovation plays. The SCVs cross paths, wave their little claws to each other, and the game will continue as normal. So, what are we going to see? Both players will go for Reapers. Now we see who goes across the map, who scouts for that proxy, and who stays at home. That's sort of the next stage of TVT. Both players trying to slow down that CC. Looks like Maru will be able to get his down very slightly quicker, and he does on location, so that's nice. Bunny's is off location and also will be forced to do the swapperoo. Maru's on location, and slightly less harassment, but did pull one worker a little bit earlier, so I guess it's minor differences right now. But Maru, he wants to be getting in the head of his opponent. He wants to be causing some trouble. Bunny just muled his teammate, although we saw mules from Innovation before on Patience. Lots of mana mules today. Really enjoy good mana mule. I think it's good for the players. Puts hair on their chest, you know? Get some anger. Like, you know, there's always that one character in the TV show or the anime or whatever it is you watch who uses anger to become powerful, and it never works. Screw that. I think it should work. I think they should just be the angriest person they can. I want, like, Idras everywhere in StarCraft 2. I want someone who every 2 words just flame. No, I don't want these things. Ignore me. Looks like this Reaper of Innovation may just about get out. It's going to come down to pathing. Or he's going to have to take that slight delay to jump. May take 1 shot, but had regened enough. And again, yeah, this time he does get up. 2 Hellions should be coming out very shortly for Innovation. And the Reapers of Bunny do not... for Innovation for Maru, and the Reapers of Bunny do not commit too heavily. He doesn't want to lose them. He does want to keep them for when the Hellions of his... Oh, is he gone for Hellions? No, he's gone for a quicker Cyclone instead. Okay, very interesting. Now, these units will go down for Bunny, by the looks of things. Good micro there by Maru. Manages to just lose the 1 Reaper for the 2 Reapers. Yeah, sure, he takes a bit of damage, but this is nice. That scouting information now gone. Those mobile units have been taken out of this game and out of their lives. That's a dark way to put it when you think about it. We should see Tech Labs coming pretty soon. Ooh, actually, what is Maru going for here? Is he going to go for a Hellion drop or something? He is. So we are going to see a Hellion drop from Maru, followed immediately by that Tech Lab, probably for the Ravens. We don't see too much Cloak Banshees these days because of the Ravens, and because of the Cyclones and things. So I would anticipate it would maybe be a Raven. Obviously, I'm no analyst, so I could be very wrong. Now, there are units in position here, and actually I think Bunny has set up very well for this, having that Viking. The Viking is slightly out of position though. The Cyclone can lock on, but will these units all get out? They do all get out. There are units here in position. It looks like Maru is going to try and bypass them and just kill as many workers as he can here. He isn't getting too much. Very, very good split here by Bunny. Maru has only killed a couple of workers, 2 so far. That is not good enough for these 4. This is a very nice hold by Bunny. Maru loses a Medevac and 4 Hellions for just 2 SCVs. This was not great. Behind this, he is getting Cyclones of his own. He is also getting that Raven. Be interested to see if he makes 3, as his teammate Innovation does, or if he's just going to go for 1 or 2, as Bunny has been. Bunny is now, on the other side of the map, going to look for that Cyclone drop. Can be very, very useful, especially for shutting down those building SCVs, and just being annoying. Not the kind of unit you think of as a droppable unit, though, is it, a Cyclone? I don't know why. For me, it just feels weird. Cyclone drops. I like Hellion drops, they get in, they're fast. Cyclones are like these bulky little missile buggers that just... They don't fit dropping to me. I'm chatting out my ass, sorry boys. As you can tell, the hungrier I get, the worse my language gets. I'm sorry. Now we should see a couple of SCVs go down pretty quick. There is only the 1 Cyclone here of Innovation. That goes down almost immediately. There is now a tank here, and that should be able to shut a lot of this down. Very, very nice micro there by Bunny. Oh, one of them does go down. That's definitely a mistake. He did not want to be losing that. He was in a position to not need to lose that as well. Now the Medevac will be chased off. But this ended up being decent for Maru. He was able to kill one of those Cyclones, which will slow down this aggression. He is now, with his 2 Ravens, looking to get the air superiority and is going into that double Viking production. We are seeing Medevacs more out of Bunny, as we have traditionally from Team soO. Keen as well, going for a very heavy Medevac style early on. And this is exciting, guys. We're watching Maru in the middle of the day if you're in Europe, late if you're in Korea, or early if you're in America. Some of the best players in the world here playing TVT. Thank you for Africa for allowing us to cast this. It's going to be a lot of fun. This whole team league is going to be fun. Team Maru need to win. They're currently 0-2 in this series. In this tournament even. They're 2-2 in this series. So whoever wins this will go up to match point. A Viking does land with Bunny. It does get 2 workers. That's quite nice. Actually, the tank's slightly out of position. Will allow this Viking to get a couple more workers maybe. No, he does force a pull though, so that's nice. The Viking goes down. Could be a problem later on in that air superiority battle. Maru may be able to punish that. Behind us, Maru is adding more and more of those racks, getting more and more bio, stim, +1 armor. And he is adding liberators very early in this TVT. Usually it's only once you've really established that air control. Maru obviously confident he already has that done. Wants to add these liberators in to punish the siege tanks of Bunny. Maru is currently down supply, it is all in army supply, but he has that very, very effective air army. And Bunny is playing like a madman. He has loaded all his medevacs up. He has moved them into this third-based position of Maru. And Maru's air units are so far away right now. Bunny could possibly capitalise. He doesn't know this, so he doesn't know where Maru is. Maru does scan and see that there's very little here, so he now knows Maru is out on the map, and he is tailing it home. See, these units came straight back. There are a lot of missile turrets being added to prevent this doom drop, learning from the mistakes of his teammate. Now, Maru's army is very scary, actually. And it does look like Bunny is going to try and jump in on these tanks. A few of these tanks are still on siege. There are liberators now coming in, and we should see the disables come in on the tanks here. Only one tank left disabled. There we go. The tanks all killed there for Bunny. Maru took a very good fight. He managed to get his third landed. He forced Bunny to go home and killed a fair few tanks. And now Maru is going to power up. He is behind in workers, but you can see his army supply is very good. His third was a bit later, sure, but it is now saturated, and he is going to take the gases on that very shortly. Maru didn't lose any of his air army there. He still has his Ravens, he still has all of his Vikings, he still has all of his Liberators, and that could prove to be very, very important as this game goes further into that sort of mid-late game. Bunny is still moving around on the map, still trying to keep some map control, but nothing too exciting right now from himself. This force, not the strongest. He has been playing a very counter-attacking, very sort of hit squad style. I'm going to call them the... what did he call them? I'm trying to think. I had a friend who used to have a group of Reapers, and he would call them the Torpedo Boys. That was it. Those were good times, yeah. So he does have his Torpedo Squad over to the south. Shout out to Snitcherables. He definitely isn't Orchard, but you know. Looking to just dash into that third base, do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Maru is so prepared for any drops in his main. Those units always ready to just collapse and shut anything down. Now, Bunny has added a lot of Vikings of his own. He is down in supply. It is mostly in that tech. Maru's army is a higher supply army, mainly because there is higher tech units. He has more Ravens, he has more Liberators. I don't know what the Marine count currently is. It looks relatively even to me, but it's hard to tell without seeing the army supply tab. Go on, my Koreans, do it for me. Show me the army supply. Alright, they didn't do it. Maru does sense blood. He does split his army immediately. He does disable a lot of the tanks. Now, Maru doesn't have the best air control here. There is also a flanking force that is going to get shut down. Maru is steamrolling through this. I think we may even see some mules drop very soon, guys. Bunny is dropping his supply, actually managing to take a decent fight towards the end. The tanks are all cleaned up, and there are still a lot of tanks here for Maru. Bunny is now down 30 supply, and I think Maru will continue his push forward. Due to the air superiority, Bunny was able to hang in there a little bit longer. Bunny does see that there is no fourth base down for Maru, so maybe isn't completely out of this yet. Maru has a great tank spread, though. He is going to stop this fourth base from Bunny mining. He will not be able to get the kill on it. But now Maru wants to punish this third. And if he can get this base, he'll be in a great position. The SCVs are pulled. Not too many tanks in great position. 9 SCVs, 10 immediately go down. The fight looking pretty good so far for Maru. He does have tanks again in this backline. More Marines are steaming in though from Bunny. Will be able to do a lot of damage and possibly push this back. It doesn't look like it. Maru is now starting to take the better of the fight. GG is cool. And Maru goes up to match point for his team against Team soO. Woo! Great TVT today, guys. Really enjoying it. Maru showing us that masterclass, showing us that he is still the best Terran in Korea, if not in the world. Putting the team on his back so far. Has managed to pick up those 2 quick wins. 1 quick win? 1 quick win. You lose track. Very, very good play from him. I like to see it. I hope you guys do too. I'm going to take a quick minute, guys, to talk about one of Alpha's sponsors. Now, Alpha do not sponsor this event, but what they do sponsor is their own tournaments, such as the Alpha Pro Series. We had one just a few hours ago. They allow me to commentate things like this. So I do want to talk about them and give them all the love they deserve. just earlier today, we had Armani versus Australia in a best of 9 in one of our standard, our 82nd Alpha Pro Series. You can see the amount of money we give away. This is thanks to sponsors like Africa. And also, I want to take a quick minute to talk about GameStop. Now, GameStop are obviously one of the biggest game retailers in the world across Europe and NA. Unfortunately, not in the UK yet, but you know, we can always be hopeful. And now they are bringing that power, the power they've given to the players, they are bringing it specifically to us esports players. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the most prominent players and teams in the world. League, CS, whatever you love, they can help you. Visit GameStop's website, gamestop.eu. If you're in EU, make sure you check that out. I know they're in a lot of countries, including like sort of Ireland and mainland Europe countries. Or check them out in the Match Arena quest for our future events. As I said, GameStop are not sponsoring this team league, but they are sponsoring Alpha, and Alpha are providing the English cast. So thank you very much to them. They allow me to do what I am doing here today. We are now waiting for soO, the final player from Team soO. That is right, guys. We are about to see Maru versus soO in a best of 1. Possibly on one of the new maps. I'm trying to remember what is left. I do think a couple of them may be left. Tell your friends, tell your nan, tell your mum, tell your sister. Because we're about to see what could be a WCS Finals caliber match right here on Africa, on the Alpha channel. It is now match point for Team Maru. Maru is wrestling this back into his own control. If Maru can beat soO, he will take this series for his team. If he loses, we will see a ZVC between Rogue and soO. So Maru has 2 chances for his team to win right now. As I said, himself and Rogue will be taking on one or both against Team soO. So right now, as previously mentioned, it is soO who has been pulled in from Team Chivo, one of those newer teams supporting players like M. Canning, soO, Sham. Really, really fantastic team. It is Chivo soO, and of course Maru, one of the greatest players in the history of StarCraft 2, if not the greatest player in the history of StarCraft 2. In that bottom right, winning the last game. So, we do have a ZVT, something we have not yet seen today. Maru, known to be phenomenal in this matchup, also known to proxy a lot. It is on one of these new maps. I can't remember this map's name because I am awful at remembering map names. I'm going to admit it, I'm sorry. We are going to see that Rax first, no CC first coming out of Maru. Going to get that scouting information. This is the map, I believe. Yeah, this is the map with the mineral walls. So this has a new feature. There are walls of 5 minerals, and you can clear them by taking 1 SCV. You can see there is one just below. Go and check it out for me. Show them what I'm talking about. If you don't play StarCraft too often, you may not have seen this. The Overlord will be flying over it shortly. There are walls of minerals that can only be cleared by taking a worker and picking up those minerals. It's a nice little feature to open up new paths instead of just killing rocks. Thanks, Justin Browder. But both players now playing very standard. We do have that hatch gas pool coming out of soO, very normal. Maru has gone for that Rax into the command center. He is going to get the Reaper first. So very, very scouting heavy build out of Maru. And it does look like we're going to get a proper game between these 2 titans of the Korean StarCraft 2 world. I don't know how much both of these players have played these maps. Obviously they are very new. So that's exciting to see. A few of the show matches and things have been played, and you know these players have prepared. They are some of the best. We are seeing that factory coming up quickly now for Maru. 4 lings being made from our Zerg player soO, just a standard amount to detract the Reaper, but also not to be aggressive on the other side of the map, just to keep things going. Queen and 4 lings, very, very good. Can stop that Reaper getting too much done. Shouldn't lose any drones or anything like that. The 3rd will also go down shortly for soO as he sends the drone to the location, just waiting for that money to build up. Probably going to hide it behind that gas geyser just in case the Reaper comes. I like it, I like it, I like it. 3rd will go down immediately, there we go. Donk. Now the Reaper will come in, see that there is 4 lings here, knows it's relatively standard so far. If you can kill a ling, that's always nice, but this is soO we're talking about. The Reaper should not go down, the lings should not go down. Very, very normal back and forth trade here. Maru's not going to overcommit and go for a deep dive into the main just yet. There's not too much to be seen anyway. He would see Zergling speed is on its way, and that's about it. You could check the gas timing, sure, but I think it's relatively standard, so he'll know that. It's Maru we're talking about. Behind this, he is getting a starport. His factory is done, and currently add-on lost. Oh no, it has a reactor on it, and he is making those reacted Hellions. We may see Reactor Hellion into Armory, into Hellbat with Cloak Banshee's push. That's something that we're seeing a lot out of the Korean Terrans right now. A build I'm very, very fond of too. We'll have to see if the Armory gets down. We are seeing a Viking. Okay, so that may not be what I thought it would be. That Viking will come and clear out the Overlords. The Hellions will be able to get that map control for innovation. For Maru. I keep calling him innovation. Now we do have this standard couple of units here. We'll just poke the Queen. The Queen's like barely felt that. That was just like a haircut for the Queen. Those are those mineral walls I was previously speaking about, guys. One SCV or one drone, one probe can clear one patch, and then you can get through. There are 5 minerals in them. They open up that base location. So that's something we'll probably see later in the game. Maru actually maybe slightly out of position here. Okay, he's going to just go and hide in that spoke with those Hellions. Maru behind this is making a Liberator, so we will see that harassment option coming very soon. He's getting stim, so we are going to see Bio, no Bio Mech out of the Terran player. Maybe keeping those builds a little bit secret for other tournaments coming up. Maybe we'll see him in Germany next month, who knows. I wish I knew. I'd love to see Maru at Krefeld. We are getting the Baneling nest coming out of soO, so soO may be expecting that Hellbat push. That is not going to be coming, but still nice to have the Baneling nest anyway. Very good against this Bio style. Now, everything looking relatively normal. This Overlord shouldn't go down thanks to these Queens. We should see a transfuse. We don't see a transfuse. Actually, soO holding on to that, as he knows the Overlord is safe thanks to those Queens and their infinity range. Pawn Clone Tempest. Dropping some references today, boys and girls. This Overseer will see everything, sees that it is Bio, not Mech, not Bio Mech. It will be tickled slowly by this Liberator. Oh my god, it does so little damage. The Viking, on the other hand, as you can see, does do damage and will slowly be able to kill this Overseer. Maru is keeping his units on his side of the map for now. No real aggression. Does look like we are going to get into sort of a mid-game style scenario. What's the time? Oh my god, it's 3:45. I have Snapchats on my phone. We'll look at them as the game is standard right now. We do have a Spire gone down for soO, so we are going to see probably Mutalisks. We're getting Baneling speed, lots and lots of drones for soO. So he was already up to 66 drones in less than 6 minutes. So he's certainly feeling pretty comfortable. You can see he is clearing that path with drones. God, that's frustrating. That's just truly a brand new mechanic that we all love so much. Liberator is going to come in, and actually it's very low. The Queen will be able to pick it off with one more hit. 18 hit points? No, 2 more hits. This Queen in position here will get him. Goodbye, bunk. And he's going to try and find a position to keep it alive. I'm sorry, mate, but you're gone, so it is. Meanwhile, Maru does have this 8 Marine drop. He's going to come down and try and pick off an Overlord. May get that Overlord. Yeah, that's nice, getting an Overlord there. Will probably just pick up and leave. Loses nothing. Sees that the Baneling speed is done. And now Maru is getting into Maru territory. We're going to see multiple medevacs all over the map. Maru is still not losing any Marines with this pressure. There are a lot of Lings, though, coming in from soO. Very, very useful at dealing with this. Maru wants to try and drop his units and slow down creep. soO's creep, as you can see, lines across all 3 avenues, is going to start to explode very shortly. soO is not missing a beat. He is at 70 drones. He is adding those Mutalisks, which will stop these drops to some degree. Maru has 16 Marines here and may be able to cancel this if he commits to it. It's not yet been seen. Does look like Maru is going to bypass this base for now and go into the 3rd. Could be very, very effective. I still don't know if he's been seen. It doesn't look like he has been. Oh, no. Maru did change his mind and they're going to go to the base where the Lings are. There is a Widowmine here, and this Widowmine could do a lot of damage. This base is going to slowly start to get tickled away at. Widowmines get a decent hit, but nothing too expensive. There is one more Widowmine, though, and that's going to do... Oh, Maru didn't quite get the bulk of the army there. He does lose a medevac, too, and this base will go up. This other medevac, it looks like it will go down, too, to the Mutalisks. Maru's going to be forced to drop all these units on top of an army, and this will go down. This was very, very good for soO. Maru has now lost 12 Marines, 2 medevacs, as you can see. The Liberator, Widowmines, for only a few Lings. Maru now bringing his units home. What is his decision? He's adding more and more Widowmines. He's getting Marines. He's getting his upgrades. Tunneling claws for those Widowmines. A 4 is being added, so all of my Terrans that like that unit will get to see a 4 in action, struggling against Mutalisks. Let's not talk about it. We are getting +1 air weapons for those Mutalisks of soO. Only having a couple. Oh my god! One Widow Mine does get a phenomenal hit, and there is bio. Two Widow Mines get a phenomenal hit. There is bio to follow up. Don't know how many of those Mutalisks died. I imagine a couple, definitely. Very nice placement there by Maru. So hidden. There are so many Mutas on the map right now. Now, as we've seen, Maru knows what he's doing with Widow Mines. We are seeing 28 more lings in production. That Infestation Pit is being added, so we will see a Hive in not too long for 3-3 and maybe for that Greater Spire or Ultralisk Cavern. Ultralisk is very good against the style that Maru is playing. Maru's Reaper. You're not getting away from those, Sunshine. Does not make it and will fall to the Mutalisks. Maru has his units in position. Can't cross over though because there's some jaggedy minerals in his path. Maru actually pushing in, trying to slow down a little bit of the creep. Will lose a few Marines. Does kill a couple of banelings though. Actually not too bad for him there. Keeping the pressure up. Seeing huge amounts of lings by soO. soO is very close to maxed. His upgrade soon to be 2-2. About the same time as Maru's. This path now being cleared, soO very, very keen to have multiple attack paths for this very, very Ling-heavy style. Going to be able to counter-attack all over the place, play like a proper Zerg does. Maru trying to push back some of this creep. The creep is actually a little bit scary for him. Now, a lot of the active tumours look like they have been cleaned up on the minimap. Maru's army is still very strong. Maru close to max himself. His 2-2 just about to finish. He is adding on... What is he adding on? He's adding on lots more tech labs. I can't see what onto. Maybe for more fours. Marauders. So we're seeing a lot of Marauders being added to this composition. Maybe anticipating those Ultralisks soon. I like the purple gas guys. They look lit. Now Maru is still pushing back creep with very small groups of units. Very, very nice by him. He's not having, you know, he sends 16 Marines forward and risk losing them. Just 4 or 5. It is obviously very, very risky that you don't kill them in time, but he's making it work. He's finding these small alleyways to sneak through, pick off a few creep tumors, and lose very few, if any, units. Really crisp play so far by Maru. Now, both of these players are pretty much maxed. There are 13 Widow Mines for Maru, and with that huge swarm of units, if it gets hit by 13 Widow Mines, there is a lot of trouble. I just lost music, and I'm not really sure why, so I am going to quickly fix that, guys. I can fix it without tabbing out. Yes, continue. Just left open for too long, so there we go, the music is now back. We're back at looking at the game. Okay, yeah, that's a thing. Oh, it's lifting! Oh, I like it, cool. Both players posturing right now, both players maxed. You can see 199 supply for each. Maru at 80 SCVs is a phenomenal position for himself. He has 41 Marines, 8 Marauders, 1 Viking, 7 Medevacs, 13 Widow Mines and 2 Fours. I don't know why you're showing me this, guys. There's like a game happening. There's fights happening. Show me the fights! Swarm is happening now towards the right-hand side. It does look like this base could be in a little bit of trouble. There are no tanks for Maru. The Widow Mines have... Oh my god, the Widow Mines just got absolutely huge hits. Oh, there's still so much here, though. It's very hard to tell what's happening. Keep a look at the army supply, guys, on this right-hand side. There are very few banelings left. A new wave is coming in. This base is forced to be lifted. But Maru has so much bio left. Now, soO is still ahead in army supply. Maru is still very, very in this. There was a very, very even fight by the end of it. Sure, the base was lifted, but the base did not die. A lot of banelings did go down. Maru actually repairing that base, very nice. He's going to go for that big transfer and try and find a good position here. Maru now adding Liberators, adding, is that Cloaked Banshees? It looks like it is going to be Cloaked Banshees as well. I'm not sure if that's a mistake. Although Cloaked Banshees is very good against Ultralisks, which are on the way. We've not seen any of them added. It's definitely not Ghosts. Now we are seeing +3 across the board for soO. soO's upgrades looking absolutely phenomenal. And guys, we are in late game. This is Maru versus soO, late game TVZ on one of the newest maps. You can't ask for much more than this. Liberation zones do go up. More and more Widow Mines being added by the small Korean Terran. And this is very, very even right now. Excuse me, guys. I'm still recovering from a bout of illness. The Nidus worms are coming. soO is now going to start that multi-prong harass, similar to Maru was doing earlier in the game. And Maru has a relatively mobile army, but he is not in a good position for this. Maru needs to split. The attack is coming off creep right now, and Maru does manage to take okay trades. A fair few lings will steam in from that Nidus Worm and will kill a decent chunk of workers. Another one coming into the main very, very shortly. Maru has nothing to defend against these ling counterattacks right now. He is forced to pull his army home. The fusion core will go down. We will not be seeing any of those very, very exciting battle cruisers just yet. And these Nidus Worms doing phenomenal. Was that ghosts I saw? It is ghosts. So there are ghosts on the field now. We will be seeing some snipes. We will be seeing Maru at his best controlling these huge armies, these technical armies, and this is going to get very exciting. More lings steam out actually into a group of Marines and Marauders. Won't manage to get too much done. Oh my god, cracklings are so good. 10 SCVs did go down there for Maru. Maru now only at 70, but he does have a lot of bases, a lot of mules, a decent economy. The bank for soO is very important. soO's Remax needs to be strong, and right now it is strong. He has 7,000 minerals, 3,000 gas. He's getting Burrow. He's getting another Spire. Did he lose the Spire? I don't believe he did. He already has +3 weapons, so I'm surprised to see another Spire, and nukes are being researched, ladies and gentlemen. We get to see Maru with nukes. Tweet it out, go on Facebook, tell everyone Maru's making nukes. +3 air weapons now just finishing for the Korean Zerg player soO. And another Nidus Worm is immediately thrown up. There is a ghost here, but nothing else. And the ghost actually... Oh, ghosts are going to come home. Still a decent amount of muters, and the ghosts will be very good against these. Maru still has a great defensive position. Ghosts do pick off that and finally kill the Overlord too, so we shouldn't see too many more of those Nidus Worms in the main. Now, what is happening next for Maru? Maru's army is very strong. There is only one Ultra on the field. Oh god, I got hiccups, sorry guys. There we go. soO only has that one Ultra, he is getting the Greater Spire. soO is by no means maxed. He is actually not even making units. I think he's trying to figure out what his best move is compositionally right now. You can see he is just spreading creep. He's staying at 160 supply. He has the lava. He definitely has the money, ladies and gentlemen. But he's not making units yet. Is he waiting to make a shed ton of Broodlords on the Greater Spire? I'm not certain. 26 lings are added just to provide a bit more of that frontline bulk and that frustrating counterattack potential. As you can see right here, this one ling, very, very annoying. Here comes his brothers and sisters, and here comes his uncles and aunts. Now, this is a decent force by Maru. The Banelings do get decent hits, so a 4 comes in. It has arrived. This base needs a mule dropped on it pretty quickly to be repaired. Will it burn down? It's very low, Maru. 100 health. Get him repaired, my friend. Okay, it's now being repaired. As you can see in the bottom right, its health bar is going up. Some SCVs do arrive. Missile turrets are being added. Maru needs to secure this base. He needs to be able to get his bank into a good position too. His army is very, very strong. And if that nuclear missile hits, this changes the style of the game completely. And if anyone has the opportunity, the potential to make it hit, it is Maru. Now we are seeing another Nidus Worm dropped. Oh, actually, it's dropped, cancelled, and immediately redropped. A landed Viking is going to try and deal with it. Oh my god, look at this! 4 drops. Shout out to my 4 dropping friends. It does get shut down thanks to the 4 drop now. The army is here. Oh my god, this is such a huge army coming in for soO. Maru doesn't have everything here. Look how many ghosts Maru has. I don't think we're seeing any nuclear missiles just yet dropped. So many cloaked ghosts are here, and they are providing decent DPS. They are going to try and snipe that overseer, and now these cloaked ghosts very, very free to do as much as they want. We should see a lot of these units start to fall now for soO. You can see the army supply for soO has now dropped quite substantially. He's down to only 42. soO has such a huge bank, and he's not actually making anything. 8 more corruptors, so we are going to see a lot of Broodlords relatively soon. But there's so many ghosts. Oh, don't lag on me now, stream. Snipes come in, and more of these units do start falling. Now, 7 infestors added for soO. That's very, very scary against this many ghosts. We do see there are some burrows units as well. Look how many bases soO has. Maru needs to get across the map. He's been sitting at home for so long. It does look like this game could potentially go very long, ladies and gentlemen, which is great because I really want to walk my dog. Now, things are relatively standard for now. Maru's going to try and push back some of the creep. Those lings do come out, but there are ghosts in position. There is still 1 or 2 burrowedlings there. Maru now, obviously, knowing about burrow, will be careful with it. We'll probably scan ahead a lot, make sure no burrowedlings catch him and his ghosts out. Maru is getting planetaries, more ghosts, more missile turrets, and really turtling. Whew. Doesn't this all... Oh, does look like one infestor immediately gets caught. A second one follows up. So this was very, very nice. 2 infestors just went down. And those units are not cheap. There are 12 broodlords on the field. Now the army for soO has become very, very slow, but very powerful. Are there any Vikings? There are none. 1, 4, 16 Widowmine still on the field. Oh, 5 Vikings. I apologise. And 6 Liberators. 5 Vikings, not a bad number. Maru is maxed. His bank is now getting there as well. soO trying to find a base he can crack. If he can crack a base, he can crack Maru. We are getting all of the static defense coming in, and this game is starting to get very, very slow. We are getting into that hyper late game. That 4 nuclear missiles being built at a time. Holy sugar and marmalade. This game is going to get mental. Maru going to start nuking like there's no tomorrow. You see, he has ghosts in his main, prepared for everything. He is pushing back that creep, getting it back towards the centre of the map. Very, very nice. He is going to start nuking. There is units in position, and this ghost is dropping a nuke. There he goes, up into the air, up and away. Now, will it be seen? soO is moving that unit. The workers are pulled. This nuke will go down, but it doesn't look like it's going to get too much done. The army is coming back. A bada boom. The gas geyser dies. The static defense dies. But it bought a lot of time, you know. All it takes is one of those to happen. And when you're building this many at a time, 4 or 5 at a time, eventually it will happen. Maru also starting to build planetaries everywhere. He's getting air weapons. Maru's getting everything he can, spending every penny that he has. You can see both players have such huge banks right now. Broodlords are going to start harassing. There is a nuclear missile being dropped near that army. I don't think this will go off. Oh my god, soO is going to start to pull back. He shouldn't leave any units in range. Even the static D will move backwards. This 4, maybe a little bit out of position. That was ambitious, Mr. 4. Another nuke is dropped. This is going to be able to push back everything that is happening. Maru out on the map as well with some of these units. We are now well past the 20-minute mark, guys. Nuke kills a creep tumor or 2. It doesn't really get what it needs to. Widow mines as well, scattered across the map. Maru. Oh my god, if this nuke goes off, it's not gonna. My heart. Still my beating heart. There is still one more nuke underneath, and it is now starting to finish. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, it's not gonna happen. The nuke does hit. I think it did do a little bit of damage to a couple of those units, but didn't get all at once. Maru needs that big hit. He needs to find a way to break soO. soO's bank is still absolutely spectacular. The infestation pit will go down. That's very nice. Infestors can be very frustrating for whatever you want to switch into later on. The infestation pit as well, possibly at risk. We'll kill a couple of his corruptors. Corruptors as well, units you really want to be killing. Will the Ultralisk Cavern also go down? It does, so no more Ultralisks out of soO. And this was nice. This was a nice pick-off of the tech. Meanwhile, Maru is obviously trying to drop some nukes, trying to catch soO out of position. Nuke will come down. Goodbye to the creep tumors that are there. No army caught in the making of this nuke. But everything for Maru seems to be going pretty well. He's managing to get some harassment on the map. He is forcing the army of soO to split. And all it takes is soO to not look in the one place for just 15 seconds. And that nuclear missile could connect. He is making them multiple at a time. You can see there are 2 more being made now. We are getting those air weapon upgrades. A Vikings being added. A big EMP does go down. And a Widow Mine hit as well. Nuke goes down. More creep will be pushed back. And Maru has the money to keep doing this. You can see he has 3,000 minerals. He's still mining very efficiently. About as efficiently as soO. The map is split now, though. There are very few bases left. There's one in the bottom left, and that is it. Oh, no, there's one in the centre as well, near where soO's army is currently posturing. More creep and static defense does go down. Maru's army is just mental. Another nuke is going down. It does look like the ghost is being hunted. It has now been seen. The infestor goes into infestation mode. The nuke will be dropped. Creep tumors die. No army again hurt. Now this ghost is a little bit out of position. Probably needs to move and does die immediately. Poor ghosty. Drops a nuclear missile and then immediately falls. Another nuke over to this top base, and this one is very, very dangerous. Okay, it looks like soO's so on top of this. If this was me, every one of these would have hit. Now, a few workers may go down this time, and a lot of static defense. This base will take a lot of damage too. Actually, barely any workers did die. It looks like only one. Both players now starting to lower their worker count also. Corruptors will come in, and a few of these units will go down. The Broodlords are in a good position to start sieging up on the static defense of Maru. Maru does have a lot of Vikings. Oh, but maybe slightly out of position. A nuclear missile again will be launched, but the Broodlords immediately do fall back. Another nuke over to this left-hand side. Will this one be seen? It doesn't look like it will. Looks like Maru's finally going to get a nuke hit. And away we go. 15 workers immediately fall. Very nice there for Maru. Maru is able to finally get a hit he has been looking for on that left-hand side base, but he needs to find a way to deal with this army. Can a Zerg be killed with this kind of army? It's very, very hard to know. Get tired. We've had some long games today. Alright, nuking mineral patches does not get rid of mineral patches. Maru now going to nuke over at this center base, as well as, oh my god, if those Vipers get caught. Maru gets another big nuke off because 5 more workers and a couple of units coming out. Maru has taken that supply lead, but look. Oh my god, a nuke finally connects with some of the army. A couple of Broodlords go down. I'm not sure if Infestus did too. But Maru, it feels like he's close. It feels like one of these nukes any moment could connect. An infestation pit is being remade. Broodlords, the choice by soO. soO still has all the bank he could ever need. Maru has 19 ghosts. Whew. That's a lot of ghosts. Oh, these ghosts currently not cloaked. Widow Mine's the choice to deal with all of these Broodlord hits. And this game could go on forever. Another nuke comes down. This one is spotted. A couple of banelings around the back. And this base actually may die from this nuke, right? Oh no, it lives with a couple of hits. Oh my god, there are just nukes everywhere. Maru nuking 2 or 3 places at the same time, trying to drag the attention. What happened to that nuke at the top? It didn't look like it did go off. It looks like the ghost was spotted. Yeah, okay, so the ghost... Oh no, it did go off. 20 more workers fall immediately. These nukes now starting to do some really quite devastating damage. soO's only down to 29 workers. Obviously, with the bank being as good as it is, this isn't the end of the world. But Maru is finding the money shots. He is finding what he needs to do. That base very, very low now. Unfortunately, will not burn. Nukes over to the left as well. Maru is a monster. This base will go down, and if workers are not pulled, so will a fair few of these workers. The workers are finally pulled. They will be safe. Only a couple will die to this nuke. But the base goes down. And now the mining for soO is starting to fall. And the bank as well. You can see it was 10k a few moments ago. It's not 10k now. Liberators as well. Maru is hitting everywhere at the same time. This is the wonder child himself. This is the Maru everyone wanted to see. And you're only getting it here with Alpha casting the BJ Destruction Team League. The game now coming up towards 30 minutes. Both players have lost a lot of work, as you can see. Maru has 43, 27 for soO. soO very low. soO making a lot of lings, and that's slightly scary. I guess he's making them to try and catch as many of his ghosts as he can. Another hatch is about to fall to this nuclear missile over to the top side. And down he goes. Nice, nice, nice. Maru has killed 32 workers in the last couple of minutes. That's absolutely phenomenal. Widow Mines will kill that Overlord. Unfortunately, will die for it. You know, not bad. Actually, soO needs to make Overlords. He's now only at 178 max. And soO's bank is falling. It is dropping. Maru is getting the upper hand. Another nuke goes down. Doesn't catch the army this time, but is pushing soO back. Wow, what a game this is, guys. I've never had the opportunity to cast a game like this with players of this caliber in it. Please, 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 let everyone know what is going on. I know it's a slow game and things are falling a little bit. Another nuke goes down. More and more workers go down. soO has 15 workers right now. Is he going to make more? He is not. He is just going to dip into that bank. But soO needs to make something happen, because that bank is now almost the same as Maru's. When it comes to minerals, they are very similar. Obviously, soO has that gas bank. But without minerals, gas isn't the best. Sure, he can make a lot of infestors. Ghosts are pretty good against those guys. And here comes another nuke. A few more workers do fall. This base takes a lot more damage and those eggs are cancelled. The ghost as well just toddles away. More and more nukes in production for Maru. Oh, that ghost gets a little brave, walks past the army. Maru is everywhere. He's hitting with Widow Mines, Liberators, nukes, ghosts. Wow, it takes ghosts so long to kill a building. That's actually hilarious. And more nukes. Maru is pushing soO back. The best Terran in the world right now, looking to be one of, if not the best Zerg in the world. I know obviously Saril has a pretty good case for that one too. Here comes another nuke, 8 more workers. And it's frustrating for soO because he is now making workers. He is now trying to get back into this. And once these units get picked off, and these Vikings able to dash in and out very well, there are a lot of corruptors here, but missile turrets will help with this case. And Ghost sitting in the back. Oh, that Viking does get picked off. That's frustrating for Maru. And guys, I apologise if my casting comes across biased. When you see a Terran making this many nukes, this much counterplay, it's hard not to enjoy it. Nuclear missiles will come down to dissuade this army from overly committing. You may hear my dog bark as my housemates get home. Now, Maru continues to push soO back ever so slightly. He is getting control of this map. And if Maru can get this base in the centre, the one that soO is currently long distance mining from, this becomes very, very good for him. His bank will skyrocket. He now has more minerals than soO. soO has been forced to make workers and lings to even stay in this. Units are getting picked off. Maru's micro, absolutely superb. This base up here, which is a lair, is now going to get nuked. And there are so many workers on this. He really doesn't want to be losing these 11 workers with more about to roll up. And here comes the thunder. Boom, 11 workers go down once again. Nukes on top of this army right now. This nuke is on top of this army, getting a little bit scary. Will be cancelled finally by the units of soO. Maru very much ahead. He is up 30 workers. Army supply even. Both players have +3 upgrades all across the board. Now this base will go down unfortunately for Maru as the corruptors do hit it. Oh, it's going to survive. May burn down though. It's hard to see. Can't see its hit points right now. You can see how close this game is. soO has lost a lot more in terms of resources. soO is going. The fungal, absolutely huge in all the ghosts. So many of his ghosts are about to go down. Oh my god, soO is powered through. He is pushing now with all of these banelings. There are so many banelings tasteless. Maru has managed to get a lot of his ghosts out and has saved a lot of his army. soO is now down to 120 supply. He is he's not remaking. He has money. I don't think he has lava. Maru has killed too many of his bases. Maru is able to remake very, very well. He's taking good fights. Another very good fungal banelings will come in and pick up a lot of his ghosts. But there are still so many left. Maru's still up at 139 supply. soO at 122, but did dip to the 100 point very recently. And more Broodlords are falling. These corruptors are still very frustrating. Maru hasn't been able to nuke anywhere in recent history. Maru actually making bio forces at this point. If Maru wins this, guys, he does take it for his team. A match that his team very much need to win. They have not yet won a series in the BJ Destruction Team League. And Maru is fighting tooth and nail for that money. He wants that prize money. He wants that honour. He wants Team Maru to be able to at least get to playoffs. This game very, very close right now still. soO very much in it. As you can tell, the supply is very even. More Broodlords being morphed in by the looks of it. soO is starting to get back up there in supply. He still only has 21 workers to Maru's 41. Maru probably not muling too much. I say that he has 11 mules on the field right now. Holy sugar. Maru's bank very, very low. Both of these players no longer have bank. The next couple of fights will decide this game. Maru is starting to try and long distance mine. There are links to punish that. He is going to punish this base himself and kill a whole chunk of soO's workers. Actually doesn't commit for the workers. Oh, goodbye, Queen. We barely knew ye. soO once again supply blocked. Maru very close to being maxed again. Oh my god, if this nuke were to connect. Okay, this nuke will not connect. soO 2 on top of his game. Man, this is so close right now. I really, really don't know how to call it. I do believe Maru is definitely ahead in this matchup. He has played this late game TVZ better than anyone I've ever seen has. Thank you for joining me and watching this, guys. I don't know how many of us there currently are, but I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying some of the best StarCraft you will see in the world. Thanks to these two of the best players in the world. And we are seeing the maximum of one of these new maps, which is exciting. Another nuke goes down, doesn't actually get anything this time. The Bioforce of Maru pushing in. A lot of Banelings will be able to detract that. There are no Ultras, so these units not so good. And now look at the supply. Maru's going to be able to push in and kill another base. All of these production facilities are being shut down by soO. The very little mining soO is doing is not going to be happening for much longer. soO trying to counteract that with some pressure of his own towards the centre. But Maru can just nuke and push this army away so easily. Some of the Vikings get picked off. They really don't want to be. They do actually land to get rid of that Viper DPS. Very, very nice there from Maru. Maru has a lot of Marauders going around sniping bases right now. As you can see, another base goes down, and that was one of the last remaining bases for soO. soO has barely any income. No gas income for soO. All he can make is lings. His mineral income isn't bad, but Maru's is better. Maru's bank is better. Maru's army, it's hard to say whose is better. That late game Zerg army is absolutely insane. Look how many Broodlords there are. Another base will fall to Ghosts this time, which is always surprising to see. Maru will take that center tower, see what is there, and go, oh, bugger! He's going to sacrifice just a few of these units and maybe try and save the rest. These units will be forced to pick up. One Marauder, unfortunately, will not make it. I know they say no Marauders left behind, but this time Marauders were definitely left behind. Now, Maru is a little bit out of position for this push towards the very west side. These Infestors, a couple of them may take a couple of hits, and they do go down. Now, here come the Ghosts. Will we see nukes coming out, or are we just going to see a multitude of snipes? A lot of Ghosts sitting in the back right now. They are trying to DPS, do as much as they can. This is very, very good for soO, though. Maru is actually hemorrhaging supply right now. soO's army is still very, very strong. So many Infestors. Infested Terrans even dropped. So this base is now stopped. Maru unable to mine from it. That was Maru's big remaining base. Maru is going to fight the Corruptors head on. He does have a lot of Vikings, and he did pick off a few on the retreat there. A few Ghosts are going down. SCV's also going down. The supply now, soO has dropped below 100 for the first time in the last 20 minutes. soO starting to lose supply. Maru also only at 110. It's very, very close. I really don't know. There are no Corruptors left. There's nothing left to deal with all of these Vikings. The Broodlords will now start to fall. It does look like Maru is going to be able to push through. There are still Ghosts to deal with the Infestors. It does look like GG will be called, and Maru takes the game, takes the series, and I'm fucking knackered from that. What an insane game. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Maru take the series. They do win 4-2. Rogue didn't get to play today. He's probably sitting there pretty annoyed that he didn't get that opportunity. Wow, that was absolutely incredible. Guys, that is the end of today's broadcast. I will now show you what this has done to the brackets. If I go to my web browser, you can see Team Maru, previously 0-2, will now go up to a 9-11 score, which will put them ahead. 9-11. They won 4 maps. 9-11. Yep. And lost. Did they lose 2 maps today? They lost 2 maps today. 9-10. So they will now be in 4th place. Team Deer will fall behind. They still definitely have a chance for playoffs. They will need to win the next couple of games. Team soO now go to 1-2 with a 8-11 map score. So they will be joint with Team Deer, and I think it will then go to head-to-head score. And I can't remember how that goes. Team soO and Team Deer. Team soO should be ahead purely on head-to-head. So that is what it does to the bracket. I am done for today. This was a long cast. There was a lot of incredible games with very little break. Absolutely incredible play though. Maru did manage to take it. We managed to get probably the best game of ZVT in recent history. Thank you so much. My name has been Grant. I've been here for Team Acer. You can see my Twitter below at GrantSC2. I also stream on the same thing on the other platform. Please, I am currently casting StarCraft every day-ish. And Alpha, please follow all their things. Check out their Patreon. Get some of these sick replays. Maybe not these ones. I don't think we get these ones, but other sick replays and stuff like that. I've been Grant. Thank you so much for joining me today, this afternoon. I love you all so much. Have a lovely day, and I will see you not tomorrow, but the next day. I don't know what time. I'm gonna look what time. We will be back on Sunday. It is Friday today, so Sunday. Yeah, we will be back Sunday. Let me take a look at Alpha. Find out when I am back, because I don't know, which is really bad. I think it's pinned on the Alpha channel. Oh, you're so good to me, Sushi. So day 8 is on the 26th, and it is an early game. Okay, so it will be early in the morning for us Europeans. It'll be good time for you Americans if you are here. Thank you so much. Next, you can see there the next match, 4 PM KST on the 26th, and it is Team Classic versus Team Deer. Goodbye. Good night.